Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey Charlie Friday Night Fights. I'm Mo from Mo's Game Table, and joining me is the Wargaming Wizard from Oz, Kev, from the big board. How's it going, Kev? Blah, blah, blah. Am I delayed here like we were seeing before?
Well, that's good.
We had a lot of lag on my side for some reason, so that's what the delay was. So we got a couple people already in here. Lance is here.
No, let's get ready to rumble. Are you ready to rumble?
Todd's here. The robe is here, so we're ready to go here. But we're going to do for the first time. We're going to play Indian Ocean region. We're going to play the Scenario 1 Choke Point.
Wait, I thought we were playing Rock and Roll Tactical.
Oh crap! I forgot. Loaded the wrong thing.
Oh, ASL. No, what are we playing?
Copyrights? What copyrights? What are you talking about? Copyrights. So we're going to be doing Choke Point, which is Scenario 1. This is actually pretty straightforward, which I think would be a really good way to start because neither of us have played this. We've kind of read the rules, and we're going to be kind of playing this.
Around with stuff.
So as you... What's that?
Good to go. Let's go.
There you go. As you can see, this is going to be the whole area, right? It's going to be basically what you're doing is the U.S. is going to be trying to interdict the Iranians that are going to be trying to block the Strait of Hormuz, and you've got to get them out of here. Now, to win the game, the U.S. has to make sure that there's no ships that are around in 1302 or around that. So basically like a Zoc, you have that one hex of influence. It's the same thing. So that's what this is going to be. And if anybody in the channel, anybody's watching here, if you guys have played this, let us know. So you had a dinner date tonight, or
I had a
dinner meeting
date, but it was with a man. So
no judgment.
No judgment. I made a new friend. And so we've been corresponding. And so we got together and had dinner and talked about the world that I'm no longer in, technology, which was very interesting. So just trying to help a younger man move through a bankruptcy kind of thing and shut down his business and all the feelings and hugging and things. Tough time, COVID business.
Yeah. So kind of heavyish metal for a thoughtful smoking jacket, fine bourbon, and cigars event. I don't see no cigars, but I do got some vape.
Okay. All right. We can do heavy metal and smoking jackets.
Hell yeah. Why are we not playing TCS? Because we're playing IOR. Yeah, that answers that question.
Yeah, John, let's work on good questions, please.
There you go. Maybe John's in the wrong room. No, you're always in the right room, John. And I hope you watched Semper Fi. I posted that up the other day and mentioned you. Mr. Longshore's in the house. Yes, he is the Joker. Is this World War II? Nope, Todd, it's not. This is modern. So you would not have played this because you have an aversion to all things modern. Don't know why.
That is so funny.
Check your Facebook direct messages. Aspiring historian. Looking forward to this. I use SCS in the military class I teach and just got the expansion. Looking forward to incorporating the game into my courses. So you have played this before. So when we make mistakes, make sure you point them out.
Immediately becomes a rules authority.
Yeah, there we go. There we have a rules lawyer in the house, people. So it should be fun. Like I said, we've not played, and this will be a good way to get into this. So which side do you want to play?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll be the U.S.?
Sure, I'll be the U.S. Yeah, make me do all the heavy lifting and make the mistakes. Great.
Well, no, I mean, I'm going to be making mistakes too. So basically, let's see here. I got to get my sheet out here. Well, let's look at the rules, not the rules, the scenario.
Let me just jump in here for a second and shortcut the conversation that Todd is having with himself on my private message in Facebook. Todd, first of all, bro, I can't do Facebook messaging and play a game and be live at the same time. I know you think I'm amazing, but it's not going to happen. Number one. Number two, I'm leaving town tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and I come back Monday night. So enjoy Austin. Have a great freaking time. Knock yourself out. Should you be in town Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm more than happy to catch up with you.
There you go.
Okay. I got like 20 messages here. If you want a place to go eat, I'll tell you.
There you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of zoom in here real quick. This is going to be scenario 1, choke point.
Yeah,
and the
'cause we're
situation
literally-
is the nations that do not have units in player neutral, players may, we don't even need to worry about that.
No.
Victory
What you need
can,
to do is place your units within 1 hex of, I think, Bandar Abbas.
yeah, because it says here narrative is payback for punishing U.S. sanctions. Iran decides to interdict shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. 2-player scenario, United States versus Iran. Play 5 military turns only. And U.S. wins at the end of any game turn in which there are no non-evading Iranian naval units on or adjacent to Hex 1302, which I talked about before. Iranian units that are evading do not count. If at least one Iranian naval unit that is not evading persists in that area from turn 1 through the end of game turn 5, then Iran wins. And we will only set up these units that are listed here. So that'll be the thing that, let's see, I got.
He's going to blow your ass out of the water.
Yes.
We're gonna Al Akbar you to the Kasbah.
All right. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to set up these units. Iran's going to have 3, 5, 7 units, and we already have that. Should already be set up here. Let's see. We've got. Oh, got it. Let's pull these out this way so I can.
I'm going to do my stuff while you do your stuff. So,
all right. So we got 7 units, and that is where they start 1301. And you said it was what, adjacent to it?
Yeah, basically, it's in any hex.
And any hexes on or adjacent to Bandar Abbas. Okay, so what the hell? I can't see that the camera's in the way. All right, so let's put that there. That's 2. That's 4. That's 6.
How many movement points can they move?
What does it say?
I'm just kidding. Sorry, I thought
what does it say, jackass? And there's
while Moe is setting up counters, I will.
I'm done.
Oh, there you go. All right. Never mind then. I was going to give everyone a little tutorial on what all the numbers mean, but the hell with it. Let's just
no. Go for it. Go for it.
All right. What I was going to say is that and now they can't see. Can you? Let me see if you can see this.
Yep. They can see it.
Okay, great. So movement rate, missile defense number, which is super important. Red means it has an area defense, which is going to make a huge difference for the Americanis. And then the 4 numbers that are going to be across the bottom here are going to be guns, something underwater, I think it is.
Yeah, and underwater, and then anti-surface, anti-ground.
Anti-ground. We probably won't see any anti-ground action since we only both have 1 anti-ground unit. And he needs to keep a unit in this hex here. So I may have.
Or adjacent.
Yes, or adjacent. Yeah. True. All right. So sequence play. That's all I was going to share. And then we'll sequence play will expose the game for its fabulousness or lack thereof, depending on your views. Once we get started, if I can only find sequence of play. Here it is.
Whoa, John Longshore, look at this. Yay, I'm going to Winterfest. All the big OCS guys. It's been 40 years since I've been to a con and don't know how to play anything. So I'm guessing I'll be sitting around staring at people. That is going to be a little creepy, John.
Yeah, that's going to be a little awkward.
And then Todd says, I assumed you'd silence your messages because you want to show Mo your undivided attention and respect.
Well, it's kind of difficult with it going bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So there are no reinforcements in this. This is just going to be a really short engagement, only 5 turns. Yep. And the turns are going to be, actually, let me just slide this over this way. The turn track is here.
Yeah.
So you just move down. It's 5 turns. So actually, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah. And the trick here is that basically both sides are trying to shoot each other down.
Yes, we're going to get right into the engagement. That's the best part about this because it's going to be short, and all the hexes are 45 miles, so nautical miles. So it may look like they're like right next to each other, and they are, but even when they're right next to each other, there's still 45 miles separating them. So they're over the horizon.
Right. Okay, jolly good. So first, so air movement. I'm the only guy with air. That's the first phase. I'm not moving my air units anywhere. They're staying where they are. And if we look at their range, you'll see they have a long reach, right? Because it's 11, right? Oh, that's defense. Where's their range?
The range is the combat radius is the 15.
Yeah, 15. That's right. So they don't need to leave that base. They don't need to rebase to anywhere else.
Yeah, and that
so
little
going to go to C movement.
The little superscript number above that 15 is the stealth value, and that will come into play if he rolls doubles, which we'll get to later.
Yep.
And you can see the lightning is pretty damn good. 3 is a good stealth rating.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Cool. So, okay, so we did the air movement phase and nothing moved. So now we have C movement phase, the default order. So I would go first.
Yep.
Because the order is it on the sheet? Yeah, it's asymmetric, China, Indo-Am, symmetric Bay States, symmetric Gulf States, and Iran is part of the asymmetric units, the asymmetric forces. So breakdown here, I've got a couple of diesel boats, and you can tell they're diesel boats by the fact that they're SSs, submarines, instead of SSN. SSN is nuclear. So I've got 1 movement. So I'm going, oh,
look, there's a sub.
Ping. 1 ping only, please.
Yeah, 1 ping only, please.
Should I put them? Yeah, let's put them in that littoral area. And then, what do I got here? Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, no, okay. These are, and then the other thing too is the brown is littoral. Yep. So they can only go into the gray areas. The deep sea is going to be the blue. I think this is that's this here is open sea, is it not?
Yeah, it is. But
similar to that.
You can go into deep ocean. I think
you get like a negative or something on it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I mean, I'm not going to really necessarily worry about that too bad, but that's why I was just explaining the difference between the brown at the bottom. That's what that is. It's for littoral, which is the lighter shades, like kind of grayish. And then the blue is the deep sea. So that way the viewers at home know what we're talking about.
Very nice.
And John says the game looks very teeny. I don't think so. This is actually rated for adults, but nice try. No, I see what you're saying. This is the smallest scenario. That's why we chose it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and all right. Actually, what I probably I probably should have put him there instead of there. So I'm going to retcon that. So, and this is typical Moe. I'm just going to run right up the gut. And now it's over to you.
It's like, what a surprise.
Exactly. Put out the screen. It's like, well, I could lay back. Screw that. What's the fun in that? It's a war game. You're supposed to get right into the fight. Well, even though we have the range, but I don't have the range. You have better range than me.
Yep. Let's see what we want to do here then. So you push everything forward.
Hell yeah.
Well, Billy Bob only seems to be one way to handle this, and that's to shoot first. Naval movement. How do I want to?
I forgot I have ground units too. Let's go ahead.
You want to move those guys? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to move one up. Actually, yeah, let's move him too.
You get the Sam as well?
Yes. So I have 1 area defense. So that is going to be premier target for you. Because just to explain to everybody at home, like Kev was saying before, we have the red is going to tell you that it's AMD. You have missile defense, which is MD. You have AMD, area missile defense. That's your Iron Dome. And basically what you're going to do is the Iron Dome here for this guy, Bavar, he's going to be able to protect this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy with his dome.
Yep.
This guy's on his own. Unless he was over here, over by the port or something like that, or in one of these hexes. So he's on his own, but these other guys are protected. So that's why that would be the target I would go after first. And I'm sure Kev's going to go after it.
Exactly.
Same thing for him.
Now that I see that you have the Bavar, we'll get uno, dos. And I believe, now when I move it.
We got to get in the melee now. Oh, wait, wrong game.
Well, so there's a opportunity here for you to do something, I think, in terms of
opportunity fire.
No, it's a shut up.
Where are the nukes?
It's there's an intervention thingy here. When a phasing naval unit moves into a hex in the illumination radius of the enemy naval unit that is not a tanker, then you can declare an intervention to occur immediately after the phasing player enters the intended hex. So when I enter this, I think your intervention area is going to be that range there. So it's rule 625. That's what I'm looking at, in case you're wondering. But I don't think each hex has to be, it's going to be an illuminated hex. And I think because we're also close together, we basically see each other. Here it is, 5-4 illumination. Surface units have an illumination radius of 5. So all of these guys could see this guy. So you could intervene, right? You may or may not want to. Let me see what the consequences of that are. What it forces me to do is choose between evading you or allowing you to intervene. Like kind of have that. It's kind of like an opportunity fire thing. Actually, is what you're doing. Are you with me? You're muted.
That was weird. From the setup, we were illuminated.
Yes,
we were all illuminated.
Yes.
But here's the cool thing about this module. You want to know the illumination range? Don't even worry about counting them. Just do this. So we're all illuminated. Now, it would look better if we weren't all zoomed in like that, but that shows you the illumination range right there.
Right.
So let's get rid of that.
Very nice. Okay. All right. So I'm moving there. So if you wish to intervene.
Any of my guys can intervene you.
I need to check to see what that does.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. If anybody wants to read along, you can get your rule book out. We're on 625 intervention. And Fingerwolf says your units sparkle. So they're vampires in the daytime.
Yeah, so I'm not going to evade regardless of what you do. So I'll just tell you that now. Not that I'm supposed to tell you that, but
Jason says, I think I see a transport ship loaded with games beached on the shore. That's where GMT stuff is. That's where my East Front game is. Okay, so moving unit can only be subject to one intervention in each illuminated hex.
yeah.
So I could have actually done that.
Yeah, let's roll that back. So I was here. I'm taking the stack actually. So it's one to here.
So if you move a stack, is intervention the entire hex or just a ship?
Stack of units? Don't we move them all together? If I wish to.
Let's see.
I always thought it was all together. Maybe I'm wrong.
When a phasing naval unit moves into a hex. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so I would read that. I guess then it doesn't say it, but I guess you must declare.
Yeah. So I'll move this guy then first. One hex to there.
The Arleigh Burke. Yeah. I'm going to interdict him or intervene his ass.
Okay. So what happens now?
Let's see. Not Non-phasing units can make any number of interventions.
I think it just makes me stop, is what happens.
Yeah, you must immediately stop, move no further for this phase unless it successfully evades. To evade, you must roll 2d6. 1 resolve evasion by rolling 1 original evasion roll die roll 2d6 for the subject hex at the moment that roll, and then determine a unique final evasion score for each evading unit. Okay, so I guess you do declare the hex then.
Right.
So anything that's in the hex. Okay, yeah. So that would be where you'd wait till someone goes in there and you go, I'm going to intervene. Okay, so that's interesting. And then basically roll defending. You determine a final unique evasion score for each evading unit by adding to the original evasion dice roll that defending unit's stealth score and an amount equal to 1/2 the range and hexes to the nearest enemy unit that is illuminating the hex, with a notable exception for ASW aircraft, which we don't have.
3 because I have a stealth of 2.
Stealth of 2.
And half of the range of 2. So I don't want to evade, because if I evade, I don't get to combat, right? When you evade,
you're done.
You're done. So we're just going to stay tall, so we can do that. But I have to stop there.
Yeah,
which is cool, right?
Yeah, if you succeed on the roll, you can continue.
But then I still can't attack.
No, you should still.
I'm pretty sure that's the trick, I think, with evasion. So 642, defending an air, not already marked with the spent counter can attempt to evade air-sea combat.
Yeah, it just says the target of an intervention must immediately stop and move no further. So it's basically my attempt at physically stopping you. It's like you're getting painted. You're getting painted.
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to stop.
Yeah, evasion for combat looks like it's different. So
yeah.
Well, so am I moving as a stack, therefore, or
you can still do combat? Movement evasion is different from combat evasion.
So we'll roll 2d6 plus 3.
Sure.
Okay, so we
10.
got that. Right?
I think it's 11.
It's 10 plus.
Well, no,
3.
it says, wait a second. Yeah, it says at the moment the roll determine a unique final evasion score for each evading unit by adding the original evasion device to the stealth score in an amount equal to 1/2 the range in hexes. It says each unit with a final evasion dice roll greater than 11 has successfully evaded.
All right, so I successfully evade at 13.
Okay, then you're good.
So I'll move to there.
If the roll succeeds, the moving unit can continue. If the roll fails, the moving units in question must stop and end the move there.
Yeah. Okay,
so that's what I'm doing. And then every time you move, I can do the same thing. I could just say, I'm going to intervene.
Correct. Yeah. So
but at this point, it's like, why would I? You can't really go anywhere else. You can go into the port.
But, right. Well, I can also enter your hex as well.
Oh, that's true. Intervene.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Die roll.
So I'm going to stop there though. And I'm going to move my next unit, 1 to here.
Keep going.
And 1 to here.
Intervene.
All right. And
why not?
Yep. And I will stop there. This guy will go, let's see, 1 to here. And then 1 to here.
Intervene.
And I will stop there. And this guy will go 1 to here.
Intervene.
All right. I'm going to roll for that bad boy. And I pass.
Oh, nice.
And we'll go to there.
And you're going to stop?
Yep. I'm gonna stop.
Okay. So then I won't intervene again.
Yep. All right. So that's movement. Now we roll to, we don't do LACAMs, strike phases.
Yeah. Land attack.
Scenario, which is missile.
Hold on. We could. Can you not do land attack cruise missiles?
We
don't have cruise missiles. We only have. Well, no, cruise missiles off the boats.
You can do them. So it's not. I don't believe it's part of the.
I don't think it's part of this scenario.
Yeah. So now we just move to air-sea combat, which is in default order by engagement.
Okay. So, air-sea combat, default order by engagements. Now, how do you determine engagements?
I think
let's see.
air goes first.
Yeah.
So if we go to sequence, it's
Oh, I'm in.
anti-air strikes in stealth order, torpedoes, anti-ship, anti-sub, gun, torpedo, and anti-ground.
What are you up to? What rule?
Oh, 645, sorry.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, any airstrikes in stealth order, torpedo. Okay.
Every air-sea engagement goes through 3 stages: focus, evasion, definition, and resolution. And that's so if you go to 640, there's the full sequence, and then the subsequence is that little 645 set of rules.
Yeah.
Faction starts by an engagement by focusing. To do this, they select a single hex within the Illume radius of at least one friendly unspent air or naval unit that has a weapon capable of striking at least one enemy unit, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing airdrops, we're not doing that nonsense. Given these stipulations, the units that are spent or lacking, yada, yada, no one cares. A qualifying unit can declare a focus hex and mark it with a focus marker. So since you don't have air, I believe.
Yeah, only you get air.
I go first, and
Yep.
I need to find where the counters are in the game. So I think that marker there. Markers.
And it says opposed air units engaged in current engagement must participate in any aircraft combat. But you don't have any aircraft. Because no, wait. We did the move phase. You didn't the air. You didn't move them. Don't you have to move
You
them?
don't move them.
You just strike.
I just
Gives
put
you
my
the range.
strike range, and that's
and you're totally in strike range.
Yeah. So we're racing across the ocean at nap of Earth right now, or something like that.
Aspiring historian says you should see me trying to teach this to naval officers and chiefs. It gets interesting.
So I can declare a focus hex, and I can attempt to slap this bad boy, right?
Sure.
And
let me open this.
Actually,
move this over here.
What is it? SSM. What is that?
SSM. Hold on.
What
I'm trying to get to this here.
What is an SSM?
Where is this damn
Combined arms. AS. Anti-surface. Anti-ground.
Surface missile, I think it is. Let's see.
Yeah, so that's a ship. That's a ship killer.
That would be a ship or air. Well, no, that's surface. Yeah.
This guy's
That's Sam.
Yeah, but this guy's Sam's for air. Yeah,
yes, that guy's Sam. The other guy's surface.
I'm gonna hit that first.
So you're gonna have to the Sam first.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm trying to roll down here so the roll 641. Pulling up my rules on a focus. Okay, there we go. You start by focusing.
Right, and so I've done that. Put the marker down, and then you have an opportunity to do evasion. I'm not sure with ground units you actually get to do
evasion and defending air and naval units in the focus hex which are not already marked with a spent counter can attempt to evade air C. Resolve evasion by rolling 1, blah, 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 blah. It's air and C. Doesn't say anything about ground.
Yeah, I don't think you get to evade. You're just going to get to do your defensive roll.
You wouldn't be able to evade if you're getting fired at by a missile. You're too slow on the ground. Right. And you're not going to have the radar that you'd have. That's so really funny.
Yeah, so then we move to definition. The attacker declares which of his air units and naval units will participate in the coming engagement. And to participate, an attacking unit must be of the same blah, blah, blah bullshit faction nonsense. I'm going to use both my both of my air units on your Sam. Go for overkill, because overkill is good. Or will we? We might just use one. Let's save one. How about we do that?
Do it. Well, if you only use one, then that's it for the turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got that's
Or wait a minute, can you not engage both and then wait and see the outcome of the first strike and then determine what the second strike would be if you wanted to go after, say, the
yes, I can do follow-ons, but I'm saying I'm not committing. Well,
Okay.
at this moment. Probably bad wording by my part.
Yeah.
Okay, after I've identified all those participating units, the defender identifies his participating air and naval, which you have none. Any non-yet spent defending unit with a weapon that has a range which extends the focus hex, or to a hex occupied by at least one attacking unit. These are supports, right? And this is
which rule are you on?
I'm on 6.4.
Okay, so there's
definition.
The attacker declares which of his air and naval units will participate in the coming engagement. Participating attacking unit must be of the same faction, which you are, as a unit that declared to focus hex, or be in a military cooperation, which we don't have to worry about. This one, we don't have any cooperation. It's just U.S. versus Iran. Furthermore, attacking units must also meet at least one of the following criteria to participate. Any not yet spent attacking unit with a weapon that has a range which extends to the focus hex, any attacking carrier, any attacking AMD capable unit. Note that AMD capable units and CVCVNs are already spent will not be able to make strikes, but they can still participate to provide other services. AMD capable unit could provide its AMD score for itself and the same hex or adjacent friendly units as appropriate.
What he said.
Yep. So we can just throw it up on screen too instead of you having to look down. We can easily follow it there. So
right. Oh yeah.
I'm just looking at
the Vassal module.
Yeah. So okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to attack with the air against.
Yeah, against your SAM.
This studio.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
So the net of this is I roll 2d6 and then we do the mods and stuff. So
yeah, don't I get a defense on that? No. Yes, I do, because I got Iron Dome. That is one thing that I find a little weird. It's like the layout of it. We talked about this before. The layout is not as in the position it should be for following.
Yeah, it's not exactly in play order.
And combat phase.
It bounces around a little bit. And some things until I realized that you didn't move the air units to the strike hex. because if I was doing the air units, if I was going to move this air unit to here to hit that patrol boat or whatever it is,
then he has to take any aircraft.
They can take evasive action and then they move, and then you're like, well, I flew my unit, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
So it's just weird. And that didn't strike me as clear because I'd never played the game before, and I didn't grok it correctly. Yeah. So I think what we do now is we go to, because I'm hitting this unit, we go to the air-sea combat sequencing, which is 645. And we go through the anti-air strikes in stealth order. And I don't believe you have the stealth rate.
Opposing air units engaging current engagement must participate in AA combat, but those already spent.
You don't have a stealth rating there.
No.
Right?
Stealth rating? No.
Yes. So we're going to roll down this list from 1 to 7, and the last one is anti-ground strikes.
Yes. So you're not going to do any of the other. You're going right to number 7.
Yeah, because I'm attacking your ground unit, right?
Yeah, you're bypassing all other targets and just going to that.
And then we'll go from there. So,
your countryman, your fellow countryman's here, Andrew Rowland. Hey, Andrew, what's going on, man?
Very nice. Good to see Mr. Andrew. So that's going to be calculate the range from the firing units to the targets against the ground units. Each hit inflicts a shock result. Oh, that's a shock result. We want where is it? You know what they do have is a great sequence. They have a great example of play in here, which is very cool. That helps us. But let's just go back here. So where is that rule I was looking for?
Which one? 6, 4, 5 still?
Yeah, 6, 4. I'm just looking to go through the sequence correctly so we don't have to go backtracking. Air and SSM units with anti-ground scores. So my anti-ground
any ground strike 6, 4, 5, 7.
Yeah, and mine is 3. So I have a ground rating of 3. I believe I rolled 2d6. I'm going to do this. I'm going to roll 2d6. I got 8. An 8.
Nice.
Plus the 3 is going to make 11. And then we're going to look at C. I believe that's greater than your area defense of 10.
10.
And you're going to take the delta is 1. You're going to take a hit.
Take a hit, yeah.
And so you flip your unit. If it flips. Some don't.
Yep, he flips.
All right. So now his area defense is 9, right?
Yes.
So now I can send my second guy in, right?
Okay.
And we do the same thing. But this time I only roll a 5 plus 3 is 8. So he does not inflict any damage. So let's just quickly check let me just double check the. Or do I get to add my stealth rating to that? That will change.
Did you? You didn't roll doubles.
No, I did not.
Oh, hold on.
It doesn't show the dice.
Doesn't show the dice. I just realized that. Okay. Making a note of that.
Yeah, because that could have been a 4-4
That's
or
key.
a 6-2. It was a 6-2.
I mean that was a 5, so that's not a big deal. But the 8,
the 8
that could have been a 4-4. It may not have been, but that is definitely something
that's bad.
Yeah, we'll have to get that corrected because there's something else I want to get corrected on this too. But
all right. So just bear with me for 1 second. The US sub rolls of 5. I'm going to illustration number 4 of the gameplay. I'm just trying to find an example of the air combat to see if we can make sure we did it correct. And then once we've done once correct, we're good to go. PSCs. No, that's a task force attack.
Illustration 4.
I'm jumping around here a little bit while I try and find the right thing. Here we go. The first F-35. AA score. Nope. Yeah, here's one thing that's a consistency. Oh, that's okay. That's correct. Never mind.
Brian's already jumping on. That's it. The game's broken now. Well, we broke it.
Well, the Vassal module's broken, not the game.
No. Vassal module is not broken. It just needs to be corrected.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
It seems, the AA portion is, it seems to be just the actual air to air.
So, and there's no die roll for the defender. He just takes. He just takes goes off his
licks, I think. But I'm just wondering if you get the fire back is what I'm curious about. The first F-35. And the only thing that matters is if your range is greater than half in terms of changing your combat value. So we're not going to have an issue there, given that the guys are flying from Bahrain and they have 15. But that's a point to note when you're playing the larger game. Yeah, so you roll lower than the missile defense number, the MD number, the US, 15, and then when you get a result. So let's say if I had netted out a 13 versus that 11, you could have taken 2 step losses, right? But
Yeah.
the max you can take is 3. So that's how units go from reduced to eliminated.
Yeah.
All right.
And the key thing about what we're talking about with doubles is also you can go low ammo, no ammo. So that's another thing. When you shoot, if you roll doubles, you automatically go low ammo, and then you're forced to go back to base. And you have to go back to a weapons station. You don't just go back to any port. You have to go to a naval weapons station. On top of the fact that you may also have to roll against your stealth for any aircraft, I think it is, right?
Yep. I just wanted to double check that we didn't add the stealth. There's a sequence of steps here.
And an aspiring historian says no return fire until new combat focus.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. All right, so that's those 2 guys. Now they moved from being engaged to being done. Where's the done button? The done. Let me try flipping this guy. Spent. Okay, so they're spent. Right, so that was air, and then we go back to 645 sequence, and we go to torpedoes. You're not going to have.
I'm not going to be in range because you have to be.
So we got anti-chip, and this is where it gets interesting with stealth order, right? So I believe my LCSs have the my literals have the stealth capacity, highest capacity, so they go first.
And then just FYI, you can do this. You can just right click on your unit, and you can do show illumination for the individual unit if you need to know. I mean, we're all pretty much in illumination except for subs. Show illumination. It's only 1 hex, but if you're not sure, you can always do that. Just an FYI.
Roger that. Roger Dodger.
Roger Dodger.
So we're going to do this. Engage, or we're not going to. We did, everybody. All right. There's Kevin being a smacked-hard.
Oh, hold on. You're doing what now?
So the next
you're doing torpedoes,
ship to ship.
There
are no torps, right?
But if we're doing ship to ship, I go first.
No, because it goes in stealth order, not faction order, and I have the highest.
Oh, for default order by engagements.
Yeah. Okay. So my LCSs have 3. So this guy, this guy here, and this guy here.
But I
will go first.
See, this guy needs to be in, then he would have total stealth on you.
Yeah, the SS guy, like your diesel sub, if he was adjacent or in the same hex, yeah. So, but I get to.
He can't get in the fight yet. Yeah,
I get to pop first. So, with both of my LCS freedoms, going to try and hit your DDG here. All right. Okay.
Aspiring historian says any participating platforms needed to be identified earlier. So that's good to know. We'll correct that next time.
Need to be.
But if don't you identify them in the phase? Not, I mean, you're not going to identify them before you even get to that phase, correct?
No, I don't believe so.
I think you would identify them in that phase. Torpedo phase, I'm going to use this guy, this guy.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of engage markers and not know.
Yeah, you're going to lose track of what the hell you're doing.
Yeah. And if that's the way it works, that's great. But that's not the way I have tried to play it.
Not how we're doing it now.
Yeah, anyhow,
but that's why it's a learning game.
Yeah. So I have anti-ship is the 3rd number across. Yep. So I have a 3-3. What does that upper number mean again? I forget. Is that the
3? The superscript is the range.
Range. So we're good to go.
Let me just double check.
It's adjacent, so it's less than half. So there'll be there's no damage to the effectiveness. So I'm going to roll 2d6, add 3 to it. If that number is higher than your 9, right?
Yeah.
Then we're good. You will take the delta between those 2 numbers as a loss. All right. So let me just close that.
Wait a minute. That is the missile defense.
So that's going to be 10.
On this guy, Cauliflowers.
Yeah, okay. He's saying goes
Cali-
engagement by engagement. Yeah, so we're doing engagement. So here's the thing. I can just pull this off of here. We're doing this engagement first. I think
Yeah.
that's what aspiring historian is saying.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 10, a 7 plus 3 is 10. You're a 9. You don't get to take advantage of this guy, and it's the same number anyway. So
No.
you take one step loss. So that dude flips.
This guy, right? Forrest.
Yeah. Okay, so he's still a 9. Now I it goes in stealth order. Bear with me here.
So he doesn't lose anything other than just a step, because you look at the front numbers, it's 4, 1, 9, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Same thing on the back.
Yeah.
So you're just that closer to killing him.
Yeah. That's my understanding anyway. Attacks are resolved in the order of highest stealth rating. Yeah, so we're doing this right. So now I put an engagement marker on this guy, and this one probably flips to spent for the top guy. And now this guy is going to attack this guy. And I'm going to roll 2 things. And he rolls 7 again. So that's a second step loss. So he goes gurgle.
So he's dead?
He's dead. And there's no advance after combat. Sorry. Naval games. It's
over the horizon, so it's kind of hard to move that 90 miles. Moving the 45 and another 45. Yeah.
Well, so this is the cool thing, because there was that Breaking the Chains game, and it didn't have the over horizon. The hex sizes were the wrong size, and so the ranges for all the units didn't work out. And you had to fly the aircraft over the ships, and it just didn't work. And there was a lot of dicing. And this is clean this up. This is kind of fairly abstract, right? I mean, we're rolling some dice, and a dude dies. So those 2 units are fired. They have a stealth rating of 3. Now we go to stealth rating 2 units.
Yay, I get to go.
And so, so how do you resolve that? I think that goes simultaneously, right? So we
these
both resolve.
Okay, so this guy's a 2.
And I've got a 2
another
on
2.
my guy down here.
So you got 2s, and I got a 2, but he doesn't have the range, and I wasn't putting him there for that anyway.
Hey, Jester, what's up?
Jester's there? Nice.
Yeah,
what's going on, Jester? I think that would go by the order of
nationality.
The default order, yeah. I think that would follow the default.
You're trying to hack the system, bro.
I think that would go that way.
I'm going to call for a rule reference, please, sir.
Aspiring historian. Paging aspiring historian.
Look at you. Yeah. Well, yeah, look at you.
That's what I'm thinking it is. If you're tied, that's what you'd have to follow. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know what. So I'm not sure what.
And this is where we were talking about before with the rules. It's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what aspiring historian is saying here, because this is the new engagement. Where we did the air engagement. Now we're doing the.
Yeah, we did that.
Now we're doing. I elected with LCS.
He's saying it should have been a new Focus X. Well, he did focus. He just didn't put the focus. The focus.
Oh, he didn't put a marker on.
He didn't put a marker on, but it's all good. That's what he did. He did say what he was doing. So
yeah, sequentially, I said I didn't drag him.
Yeah.
Too many markers. So now, okay. So now my question is, who gets to go first? And I want, is it in faction order, or is it simultaneous? Because that'll make a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, I like the simultaneous one better, because that is actually more, everybody fire. Who's firing? Who's focusing on who? Who's firing?
And then who's zooming who? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because that would be interesting. It should flip between Orion and U.S. focusing hexes. Okay.
No, it's in. Okay, so. It's in stealth order. That's on.
Yeah.
This so
but if we're tied at 2, we're using all the units that have 2 stealth,
right?
And we've got my guy here, and then his guy here, and this guy here.
So let's have a look. Let's see the life cycle of an air sea engagement. Rule 6.40. Holy.
So it goes through these stages.
Holy floating battleships, Batman.
Focus, Daniel-san. All right, so let's do this. Let's do it right.
641. Focus.
Holy crap! Why is this? Here we go. That's better. Markers. I'm putting my focus out.
Yeah.
All right. All the units do not participate in one massive engagement. So, why do you have units over here?
Where did you see that? Oh.
Aspiring historian said all the units do not participate in one massive engagement. So what you're saying is you individually focus, but no, I know, but why are these focus things down here?
Which ones? Oh, I dragged them down on the map so we could use them.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
I just put them down there so that we
you can shoot all day long at the empty stuff. That's fine.
Fire here. Fire at that empty hex.
Which allows a player to reserve combat power by default order. So, okay, so it does. That was the question we had. So it does go by default order at this point. If we're tied at 2 stealth each, then you follow default order, which would mean I go first. He's going to go twice anyway, but that's what it would go by.
Okay, so this default order. Well, you go ahead and roll your dice.
Okay.
I disagree with that, but that's cool. I'm gonna find me a rule. I'm gonna find my ass a rule.
I'm gonna find a rule. All right, so
because I think equal stealth should be simultaneous resolution, is what I think.
Okay.
If it's not, I'm gonna petition the developer.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is it's 2d6. I'm gonna roll 1d6 at a time. 2 and a 3. Now, if I rolled 2d6, I rolled a 4. I rolled worse with 2d6. So I had a 5 is what I had. So I didn't do shit.
Okay. Well, plus your 2, right?
Which is 7.
Yeah.
But I get an 11.
I get to use my 11 for DDG.
Well, that's why I was trying to hit him. Yeah.
Right,
so, I mean, I needed a 12.
Okay.
That was the only thing I was going to hit with. Okay. So what he's saying is, you put your focus hex out, then assign your units, then go through the combat phase, then remove the focus and redo it.
That's that. I agree with all that. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. Yeah. -1 if a firing unit is a reduced strength. -1 if it's firing unit is.
So I'm going to focus on myself over there because that's what you're going after.
Yeah. So you would have put a focus marker here. It comes.
I did.
Off.
Yeah.
You put a spent marker on that guy. I'm now focusing with this knucklehead here, firing at this dude here. Shots fired. So I've got 2d6 plus 4. So we're bringing some pain to this action. Okay. Do you want to roll 2 individual dice for the doubles?
Yeah, you can. 4 to 6. Damn, look at
14.
that.
Take that.
I roll 5 and you roll 14, or you roll 10. It's like, geez.
So the most you can take is 3 damage.
Yeah.
So take 3 damage.
Take 3 damage is going to kill him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can delete that. We can delete that.
That's hilarious. Right.
Okay.
Spent. All right. Now
is evasion only in movement or is it in combat?
So evasion.
Because I'm going to need to start doing
it. Yeah. This is the thing, though, right? Because if you evade, you don't get to shoot.
You don't get to shoot, yeah.
And so that's the cautious player will have a disadvantage because if he tries to evade getting shot and he knows he's going to take some damage, misses out on shooting.
This is me. I don't evade. I mean, I'm not cautious.
Well,
now I'm gonna need to start being cautious because I pissed away 2 units.
What a surprise, Governor! What a surprise!
But hey, that's how we roll, man.
All right, now here, so this will be cool because this will be over half range. I'm going to take this guy here. Let me get my rules out of the way of the keyboard. the unit that's underneath here, right?
Blue
this
guy?
This guy.
Okay.
No, you can't see it on your screen, but here we go.
Yeah,
This
the blue guy. The Arleigh Burke.
And he's going to fire at this dude.
Okay.
Patrol boat.
Mhm.
Or I could do. Oh no, I can't. That'd be so much fun to shoot from ship to shore, fire missiles, but I can't. I don't have that capability. So I'm going to fire at that guy, but it's 1, 2, 3 range, which is more than half. So we're going to subtract 1 from the die roll, right?
Mhm.
So it's going to be 2d6 plus 4 minus 1, so it's a net plus 3. You with that?
Yep. He says if you evade in combat, you cannot be targeted, but you can also cannot fire. So
Correct.
good.
Yeah. 1, 2. So huge whiff. So I missed those guys. All right.
Yep.
Everybody is spent there. All right.
So we used all our ships.
Well, you have this ship, but you don't have the range.
I don't have
right?
the range. Yeah.
Okay. Because they're
Which
those
is fine. That was my
dinky things.
Yep. So now we go down to ground. Correct?
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
So you only have a SAM. You don't have surface.
Yeah, my SAMs are not doing anything. Your SAMs are not doing anything.
But my SSM will.
Your Qatars can fire at my ships.
Yep.
They can even fire at my.
I could fire at these guys.
Yeah.
I can even fire your SAM too if I wanted to.
You could, but why would you, right?
Yeah, that would no. Okay, so I've got
just it's okay. Carry on. Okay.
The weapon range is 6. I can hit everything. So all right, so I'm going to be rolling 2d6 and a 3. So I got 13 against the Arleigh Burke. So yay!
All right, so he takes 2. So he's.
But don't you also? Oh no, there's no roll for AMD. Or is there?
He's just dead.
Wow.
Well, hang on. Are there? Oh no, wait. Are there 2? Are there? How many steps do I have?
2 steps.
I only have 2.
Yeah, you got 2.
Yeah.
Aspiring historian. Are we doing that correctly? Because I hit with 13. He had 10, so it gives 3 hits, and that would essentially kill that Arleigh Burke destroyer.
Is it the blue? These little blue markers here. They're the
steps.
Number of steps.
Yeah. But I just want to make sure that there's nothing else that we're missing with AMD. So, because I would think that would do something else. Okay, so that goes away. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. You brought them out, and I go just delete them. All right. Get rid of the markers. All right. So next step is, this is actually going to go quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to die really fast.
Well, subs are hard to get. So
no, that's true. Okay, so we did the ground. Now we go to the admin phase, and then military negotiation. Screw negotiating. So admin phase, I don't think we have to do anything except just remove all these markers.
Is there a one button takes them all away thing? Probably not.
No, I mean, I think we should just leave them out here anyway, because we're just going to be using them.
Yep.
Okay, so then we go back to the beginning, air movement phase, sea movement phase, and so on.
All right.
So he said, no, AMD is just a flat printed red defense number. So, okay, it was correct. I just want to double check, make sure that there was not a step I was missing because AMD did something special or anything. No.
Totally. All right. So we can, if no one's moving, well, let's do movement. So you get to move first.
Yay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, no, I don't want to do that, do I? I'll leave him right where he's at. Okay. So I'm done. Did my moves.
Come to Papa. Come to Papa. All right. So I get to do my movement. What do we want to do here? And if you want to intervene.
So he's saying by default order, choose one hex to focus, assign attackers, assign defenders, finish combat. Default order, go to the next focus hex, then repeat.
Yeah.
Well, assigning defenders, you're not going to assign defenders unless you have AMD.
Right. So the DDG Burke will. So you targeted the DDG anyway.
Yeah. No, I did. I'm just, what he was saying.
Yes.
And then, yes, it is, Rob. U.S. against Iran.
Yeah. And so if, for instance, you had targeted the LCS in this hex here, and I could have said I'm using the DDG in this hex here as the defensive umbrella. And then.
Yeah, if you went after the patrol boat over here, then I could have used AMD from this guy.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes. Right. Which is what I did. And we were looking, we didn't even get close, right? So it wasn't worth even worrying about.
Cool.
So, all right. So I moved to here. You may or may not want to intervene. Is what it is. Up to you.
Sure. Let's intervene.
All right.
Just to make you roll dice.
2d6.
Maybe I can get you to burn out some of those good rolls.
Nope. So there we go. So I'm going to move one more hex to here.
Intervene.
All right. And I'm stopping there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm moving this dude.
Intervene. Oh.
6 plus my stealth is 9. What do I need? 11. All right. So he stops there.
So he's saying any unit that can range the attacker with a weapon system can engage in combat for that target hex. Yep. Alrighty.
Correct, but they only get to fire once, though, is my understanding. They don't get to fire multiple times.
No.
I don't believe.
Ooh.
Would be cool if that's the case, but I don't believe that's the case.
Yeah.
Because you put the engage marker on and then you flip it to done.
And he's saying my rule book is at work, or I would be adding paragraph numbers to the explanations.
Yeah, well, he's doing a damn fine job so far.
Doing a damn good job off the top of your head, man. And we appreciate it. We really do.
I'm going to pop this biznatch to here.
Intervene. Why not? Just make your roll dice.
I'm not going to roll because I'm stopping.
Because that is your tagline, roll dice. So I'm making you do it.
Oh, yay. Look at me. Yes. I'm so cool. I have a hashtag. I created a hashtag, a unique hashtag. Who else has done that?
Lots of people. I need to do that.
Like everybody?
Exactly. I think you can get the PDF online. You can get the PDF on the Compass Games website. So what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, so that's the end of a bottle of Elijah Craig with a little bit of Benedictine in it to make it almost like an old fashioned and some bitters. Oh,
you look all fancy. Look at me. I'm drinking Legacy with a splash of bacitracin.
What's bacitracin?
You totally went over your head. Bacitracin is just like an antibiotic that you put on cuts and stuff like that. So you said Benedictine, so I'm like, I got bacitracin.
Yeah,
I'm all hoity-toity like you. No, I'm just drinking Legacy with a splash of Coke.
Oh, nice. There you go. Yep. So I'm drinking with a splash of more alcohol.
There you go. That works.
Yeah.
So okay. So now you're all set. Now we go by stealth order. So you go first.
Roger that. Well, I'm banging my plans first, bro. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we're gonna. I need to hit that Sam dude one more time. So I'm gonna take focus marker.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna put an engage on this top unit, and I'm gonna roll 2d6 with 2 red dice. 1, 2. That's 8 plus a bunch. What is it? 4, 12. Is that right? Is it No, it's not 4. Sorry, it's 8 plus the 2 number. No, that's the wrong one. It's the 3 number.
3.
So it's 11. So
11.
Regardless, that sucker's gone.
Yep, he's gone.
All right.
So Captain Nolan is saying, what do you think is the best Compass Games game that is still in print and available?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
That is a really good question.
That's a very good question.
We should table that for when we finish.
Yes.
The
Because
scenario.
otherwise we're going to just go off on a tangent.
Yes, because there's like, I want to bring the website up and go,
Don't worry. This is going to be over quick.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm bringing F-35s against your SSM unit, the most powerful unit you seem to have on the board. Where did the map go? Stop it.
No, I was just moving the turn thing because we're in turn 2.
Yeah. Oh, it's turn 2. Got to be accurate.
Be over by 4.
So I opened the window a couple of days ago. I set up Arctic Front on the Third World War.
Nice.
And I got to turn 2. I'm all excited. I'd taken all these pictures and, getting ready to write up, Third World War. And came into my room, into the game room, which is where my son is living at the moment. And the map is on the floor. The counters are all over the floor. The info counters are all over the floor. There's only 30 or 40 counters in the scenario, but I had all these extra things that I was sort of clipping as I went, and I had them stacked on the map everywhere, right?
Oh.
And so I like, what the hell? Why did you close the window and blah, blah, blah? And why aren't you paying attention? You got your head up your ass, yada, yada, yada. And why are you playing computer games all the whole day? And he's looking at me like, what? Like, my back is to the map. How would I know this? I was like, this is inappropriate. I'm tired of you. You need to get your shit together. And then I walked away, and I was like, yeah, that was really wrong. So I went back and I gave him a big hug. He's like, I'm really sorry. Can you help me pick up the stuff? He's like, oh, Dad, it's okay. I know you really like your games. I was just glad the map wasn't ruined or like torn because it got
that would suck.
I was pissed. I had to start the whole freaking thing over again. Anyway, attacking the SSM unit. So focus marker, engagement marker, 2d6, 1, 2, 8 plus
8 plus
3, 2 or 3 is
3.
11. 8 plus 3 is 11.
That's done because that's you had 11, I had a 9. That's 2.
Thanks for playing, bitches. Don't you?
Bye-bye.
Don't mess with America. MAGA. Oh, sorry, not supposed to say that. That's a bad word now. That's an evil word. Make America amazing again. How about that? Mama, yeah. So, all right, that's air. So now we do naval in stealth order, right?
Okay, and you get to go again first.
Yes. So my little LCS freedoms. I'm going to start with this dude here because he's on top of that subby. Now, I believe this is when we're going to go through your sequence correctly. It's the focus. So we want to focus on here. Now you can choose to evade here, and you get you 2d6 plus the 5.
You're targeting yourself, right?
You're underneath, no nuts.
Oh, I'm in there. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Carry on. Yeah. Kev's been drinking again. Kev doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, sorry.
Shut up. Leave your window open. Go close your window.
Yeah. Right. Really. Yeah. So you can evade. I think that's how that works. Let me just check. Focus, evasion, yes. Defending air and naval units in the focus decks, which are not already spent, etc., by rolling. Oh, yes. Yeah, 2d6 plus, I think it's plus the evasion. Right?
The evasion, the stealth, which is what?
Stealth, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's 5 for you.
You're trying to hit the sub?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if you don't evade, that's fine. Right? I then will take my shot.
I evaded.
You did it? Okay, 6 is still 11. So you made it. So you've evaded. So you get an evade marker, which is this is where it gets kind of cool, right? Grab. I don't know where they are.
Hold on.
Why can't I see this? Here it is. Here. I got it. Boom.
Okay.
Right. So that goes there. So now he doesn't shoot this turn, but he stays alive.
Yes.
All right. So this guy here, so I don't know if my guy is actually spent now because you evaded. That's one thing I don't know. So I'm going to put
Aspiring historian, step in here while we look that up.
I'm going to put a flip to spent here and just pop it there, and we'll table that for the moment. And I'm going to move on to this LCS unit, which has a marker stuck on it now. How do I get that marker off? And I'm going to target this guy with this guy.
Which guy? Okay, so you're going to go after the patrol guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he say earlier on that we don't declare all the attacks all at once?
Yeah, no, we know that, but what about the guy who is trying to attack? He can continue on, correct? Okay, so I'm going to try to evade.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I need to roll a 9. Oh, and he gets it.
Gets it. Okay, so he put an evade on him. That's cool.
Because that's the name of the game now, kids. Run like a little schoolgirl.
Run. I nearly said that other word that starts with the
I wasn't going to say that.
You're so good. You're so
it's Whiskey Charlie After Dark. Fuck it.
You're so family friendly.
I'm going to run around like a little bitch.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, so that was the tactic that I should have used with when I tried this. All right. Okay, he's going to catch up to us eventually with what we're asking.
Yeah.
Well, now can I target you with this guy?
Oh, hold on. Here we go. It says right here.
Anyway.
It says right here, 6423. Should all defending units in a focus hex evade, then that effort to initiate an engagement has failed. The would-be or would have been attackers can try to initiate other engagements elsewhere in the phase.
Perfect. Okay. So
you can even try to initiate another engagement in the same hex if additional enemy units enter it. But right now I don't have enough units to enter the same hex.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Jester, it's future, really? What year?
It is 2023.
Yeah, it's 2030. Jester,
it's 22X.
We're doing spaceships, bro.
It's 22X.
Whoa. What's the Star Wars sound?
So what are you going so this focus was for that guy, so we can just.
No, I'm doing.
Oh, you're going after the other sub?
Yeah, I'm going your subbies. So you want to evade?
Yep, I evade. I got a 12.
You little hoe. All right.
Because they should be in a they're 5.
5 is 12. Now what do I get to do? Well, who else can I add? Okay. You've got to be in the hex to get the subs. All right, so I can try and target then this guy with this guy.
Yes, and he cannot evade a second time, correct? He cannot do anything.
Pretty sure. So there's a little tactic.
That's the tactic right there. Go after him with the weak stuff, and then let him evade, waste it, and then go after go after him with something.
So now we're gonna punch that guy right in the nose with 2d6. 1, 2, 9 plus what? 4?
Yeah, he's gonna die. 4?
No, it's 4. 9 plus 4. That's a bunch. So he's
13.
Dead.
He's going to die.
All right. So they come off. Yeah. Yay for the Americans. So powerful and strong. Gosh. Feel so. Everyone grow a mustache.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Oh, what? Yeah. By the way, John, I just want to let you know what's going on here with this whole you giving just Moe money. You gave me 98 cents via through Moe. Moe never paid up. Moe owes me 98 cents. You gave Nate.
He's going to get paid when he comes to Dallas in May.
Nate didn't get his 98 cents either, and I'm not paying tax either.
So, I got a 1099 already for you, man.
$5 super sticker.
I'm going to give you your 98 cents minus your government taxes, so you get 63 cents.
You're going to be bigger than PewDiePie before you know it at this rate. It's unbelievable. He's making $5 every hour.
Cha-ching,
my
cha-ching.
God. All right. So now, like realistically now, the
Yeah, Kev, you
LCS
need to add your tip jar.
Oh, I thought I had one. Well, I can't. You can't do it on. You can't do it on because Moe's
Yes, there will be gaming that night, but that night, for clarification's sake, will be Thursday, not Thursday. So, who's been drinking?
Yeah, really.
Okay, so now it's my turn. I get to go, but I've already done with all my guys. So
Yeah, you're done. You can't do anything. So, but here's where it's interesting. Now, if this guy you can't target subs unless you're in the hex, so I can't
Yeah.
even spot that guy. All right.
You can go in the hex though. You can. Well, no, if you were movement's already done.
I gotta move. We're gonna move. Gotta move.
Yeah. So in the next movement, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we are done with that turn, and we are in turn 3 because this is really going to rapidly speed up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I'm down 2 submarines.
Yeah, now it's really going to be luck of the dice right now, right?
I can tell you what the tactic is going to be. I think everybody in the audience knows what the tactic is going to be. If you've ever seen Monty Python, you know the tactic. Run away, run away.
Run away.
Crazy Ivan.
Oh, yeah,
right.
classic, right. All right. Well, that evade marker comes up, yeah.
All right, so I get to move. Well, you get to do your air. And then you're going to be able to do squat, delete.
Well, I get anti-shipping, but can I do subs? I don't think I can.
I don't think you have ASW.
No, I don't. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have ASW. If you had
So
heroes, you'd have ASW.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. So right. So they're out of the game, basically. Patriots out of the game. I don't even know why that unit's there. What is that doing?
Well, I mean, it's
protecting my air. Really?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, technically, you could probably play this game mostly just sitting right here in the umbrella. You can sit in the Iron Dome and just shoot.
Roger
because
that.
the Iranians are going to have to run at you. You're going to have range on these guys. So you can just pick them apart like the first turn with your air and then get them with your Arleigh Burks and stuff like that. And then just sit back. You don't even have to do anything. See, but unless you play me, then I run up and say, here, punch me in the face.
I was talking to a former Marine a couple of days ago, and it was something about I don't know how we got talking about fighting, but he said, "Yeah, I take a lot of punishment. I wear people down because they keep hitting me and I don't fall over." Basically, is what he was saying. It's like, okay, that must be a Marine thing.
It's just the straightest point between the straightest line between 2 points is just going straight ahead.
Yeah.
So just get right into it.
Oh, so you moved? Okay.
Yeah, I moved.
But
what? Were you going to do something,
my friend? And what is this? What is this other? Where is this guy going? You can't be just moving. Okay, I get to try. Oh now wardrobe is paying
Todd,
you? Yeah. Hey, this is a 2-man show. Just PayPal me. What the hell?
Don't worry, Kevin's going to get. He's going to get a nice bottle of whiskey. He comes up to Dallas.
What, am I going to buy it myself? So
don't tell him
you want to move. I get to.
Oh yeah, you want to intervene?
Yeah.
But when you intervene, how does that work on the move out or?
No, it'll be the hex you enter. So, which is probably where you want to go, right?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. So,
yeah, you can't intervene me anyway. Because you
can only move one anyway.
Yes. So I'm going to get the move regardless. I'm going to intervene. Okay, you go ahead and do that.
Lame. This game's broken. All right.
Totally.
Well,
this is true. It's a Marine thing, the path of most resistance. That's exactly it right there.
What is this guy's name? Because I've never seen him before.
Yes. What's your name, aspiring historian? We like to know real names when we can get to know guys' real names. And in a serious way, because we like to be friends with everybody and we like to know everybody's name. And
well, I don't want to be his friend.
oh, come on.
I just like his commentary.
Call him Bob.
Bob. Okay. So I'm going to move.
I need a refill.
Well, that guy's got to die. So we're going to go 1 to there. 1 to there. You can't stop that. 1 to here. You can try and intervene if you wish.
I was wrong. It's not Bob. It's Dan.
Dan Lightfoot. There we go. At least it's
That
not
sounds like a
Lightloafer.
folk singer.
Yeah. He's not Dan Lightloafer. It's Dan Lightfoot.
It's like I had the Dan Lightfoot live album when I was a kid.
I'm just going to assume you want to fucking intervene, and I'm going to roll 2 dice.
Sure.
Okay. So I fail.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just assume I'm definitely going to intervene.
Yeah. Yeah. I get the roll because I roll a 4.
I have to.
So,
I have to.
All right. Go to combat. Stealth first.
Yep. You go. I go first.
These guys get to fire.
I go first.
No.
Yes. I have.
Oh, damn it! It's torpedoes first. That's right. Shit.
Yeah. Should we do torpedo combat? Why not? Let's see how that works. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't do torpedo combat last time. That's right, because you evaded. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I evaded, so I couldn't do nothing.
My defense is 8.
So torpedoes.
2d6. Just roll 2 dice and add
2d6, and my torpedo is 4.
It's not 4.
No, I'm sorry, not 4. It is. What is it?
Nice try.
Wait a minute. I have no torpedo. There's no values on the torpedo. Holy shit!
You just get 2d6.
All right, so I get a 2d6 to defeat.
Oh, that is hilarious.
9.
Now,
yeah.
So,
the answer to that is 99999.
Well, don't I get to use? No, do I get to use my air defense? I don't think I do. I don't get to use my 11, do I? Which one are you attacking? Put your markers down.
I'm not going to attack shit.
What?
I'm not going to attack.
Oh, you want to evade?
Yeah, it's all about the evasion, baby.
Okay, all right. Well then, so you're.
I was going to if I had like a value there, I'd be like, let's just see how this works, and then I'll run around with the 1 sub.
Underwater duties. So you have a.
Well, you're going to attack with torpedoes.
Well, I'm attacking
because your torpedoes are 2 underwater.
Yeah, but you get to evade first.
So you can attack?
Well, yeah, if you're not doing anything, I'm engaging here. So you get to observe.
10.
So you fail.
Yep.
All right. So 2d6. 1.
Jason, I'm not going to attack shit. Mo.
8 plus 2 is 10, which is more than your 0, more than your 8. So you take two step losses. That guy dies. Anti-sub strikes. Your defense number is 8.
This is the interesting thing I want to find out about. Cavitation. What that does.
Well,
I mean, it's not going to matter now, but I'm curious.
You should have read the rules, pal. Okay.
I should have read all those things. Yes. But that's something I want to check out. Dan the torpedoes. Yes. Hell yeah. Right. Oh, so you're a fellow jarhead. Hoorah. And a grunt master sergeant. Nice.
Active duty notice. There we go.
Yeah. All right, Top.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Top. We are on the job here in a very slack way.
2 hours of Navy stuff, and they forget to bring their torpedoes.
Yeah,
this is the Iranian Navy, dude. They're running diesel boats still. They're just hurling insults out the torpedo tube.
Okay, I'm.
Oh yeah, I'm going to evade, and I'm not going to evade, so I'm going to die.
Captain, I think we've found where the submarine is.
One ping only, please.
Should we fire? Well, just put 1 ping and 1 ping only. All right.
Oh, here's the interesting thing. That's something
I rolled doubles.
But that's interesting. But here's that's low ammo. Here's an interesting point that I did not do. Sub movement causes a -2 on stealth, so that would have been a 3 rather than a 5. I mean, it didn't matter here because I failed. But
because you moved, right?
But the last time I was in place, I didn't move until just now.
Yeah, because you have a student, but you still a lot of thing as well.
Yes. All right. Next May he gets to retire. Awesome.
Okay, so that's
Follow the oil
really?
slick.
Wow, he's close. 4 plus. Well, I'm not going to make it. That's I got a 4 plus 3 is 7. So you skate,
Nice.
and I'm spent.
Spent, baby.
Now
All right.
he's what. So that's next turn. You'll get the +1 for the still.
Yeah. Well, next turn I'll remember to 3, not 5 on the stealth. So I'll roll a 2 and a 3.
Yeah. Well,
So
you'll be at 5 next turn because you're not going to move, right?
I will probably move.
No. Why would you do that? You wouldn't move because you get a +1 if you're still.
Oh well, yeah. Okay. So So then I will.
You
That
would
was
stay
something we
still.
didn't add
You would
before.
do- you
Didn't
would
need
do-
to, but
We need to do this.
yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass.
There we go. Do that, right? Because
Perfect.
new turn, blah blah blah. Skip all the air shit, yada yada yada. It's now movement. You're not going to move because you get the +1. I get to move. You can try and intervene.
Cha-ching! Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that.
Unbelievable. That's it. This is the last Friday night fights. Fuck all you guys. That's it.
Don't worry. I swear, when Kev gets here in May, because he's coming, right?
I am coming.
CSW.
Yep.
I will present him with a nice bottle of whiskey.
If you think I'm going to stay in that damn barn for the next
What
year,
barn?
I'm going to be traveling like a mofo.
Oh, that barn. Yeah, forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that is awesome. All right, I'm going to be living in a barn for a year. All right, I'm moving all my shit into this hex, and we're just going to have your ass. Okay, so what?
I rolled a 10. I rolled a double. I rolled 2d6, a 4. And I get the +1, which is a 5. +5 is 10. So I still fail in the evade.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me that you rolled a 10 and I was going to.
No, that's freaking greatness. So
All
I
right.
totally missed the evasion. So it's time to play the Iranian funeral song.
Yeah, well, you watch me roll like a string of 2s. Well,
no, you've been rolling so good. I doubt it.
Let's roll out. Let's try and short circuit the pain and just start with the Burke. Right, start with this guy. We'll put that guy there, and we'll.
So you're rolling with 4.
So which guy? Wait.
What?
The Burke got the low ammo marker.
Oh, that's right. But
is it low or no?
Low ammo on the first one. The second low ammo is no ammo.
Oh, that says no ammo.
Oh, that's a good point. How many factors you got in there?
You can have as many.
Yeah, no, you have. Yeah, you got plenty. He's got 6, and I think is.
Dude, it's ships.
No. There is a stacking limit.
I know, but it's
Littoral is like 12, I think.
Yeah.
So we're definitely plenty in there.
I can't find the low ammo marker, bro.
So low.
I see just no ammo. Maybe it is a no ammo.
No, it's not no ammo. It's low ammo. First one is low. Second is no.
Okay. Well, let's just do this. Here we go. All right. It's import.
Exactly.
Okay. So if I do it again, we're in trouble. So I'm going to roll 2d6 for this guy.
Okay.
So 4 plus. I can't see
4.
4 plus 4 is. 4 plus 3 is 7, so he's safe, right?
Yep. Oh,
so now this guy.
Please roll bad.
6 plus 2 is 8, so that's a hit. So he's gurgle, right?
Damn it!
Or is that the first hit? That's the first hit. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next guy. Dang, that's another hit. So that's it.
Okay, so you got me in 3 turns.
Yep.
Because that is turn 3, and there was 2 turns left. So, lesson for today, kids, is when you're playing the Iranians, don't act like a Marine, because you get your ass kicked.
I would push the subs forward, is what I would.
Yeah. I should have had a sub screen out there and left the boats back. Probably the best thing to do would be leave them like in here and here, and make you come up here, which you can do pretty fast because your movement is 4. So you start here 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would get here. You can get up to here if I sit back here in the first turn. So we're literally going to be right in the engagement range. Not engagement range. You're going to be maxed out in your movement, but you're going to be right there in engagement. And then, but the thing is, I want to be here, here, and here to get the AMD that I had here.
Yeah, that from that unit.
And then I could have thrown the subs here and here is what I could have done.
Yeah, because that forces me to, I need to go get this guy here. Oh, I'm on the...
Clear all Iranian platforms from the strait. Yes, that's what it is. The whole thing is if any Iranian unit is here or in the adjacent hexes at the end and they're evading or not hit, then they are good to go. Then you win.
Yeah,
or the Iranians win.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a great little scenario. Actually, we got that done in less than an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's pretty
Want to
good.
reset? You want to reset and do it again?
I got a pack, dude. What to do?
What a whiny bitch.
Oh.
Oh. That is the other thing we can do. Well,
I tell you what we could do for like half an hour or 20 minutes if you want. Let's talk about, like, someone said something about best game in stock right now.
Yes.
Happy to do that. But let me get this light out of my eyes.
What we can do is go here.
Sweet.
And
we can talk about
all the games. Yeah. So now he's looking at anything. Who was it that was asking? Let's see if I can find. It was way back. There was someone asking. I hope you're still here. That was asking, what would be the go-to game right now? What would be the best Compass game that's in stock right now to get? I would recommend NATO, but it's not in stock yet. It's coming back in stock.
Is NATO out of stock? Seriously?
Yes, it's actually going to be coming back in.
1,000 units or 750?
I don't know what they reprinted, but that will be coming back in.
I wonder what the original run was.
Oh, I do not know. This was the question. It was from Captain Nolan. What do you think is the best Compass Games game that is still in print and available? So, first question, Captain Nolan, if you're still here, I hope you are. What do you like? Solitaire only? Multiplayer? World War II? Modern? That will definitely help.
Yeah. Scale?
What scale you want? You want tactical? Because, I mean, if you want tactical, I will tell you right now that Combat Volume 2 is just a ridiculous amount of stuff. There is a ridiculous amount of stuff. This is an expansion for Combat 1, which is being reprinted. But this game right here, and I'm not kidding when I say this, you get Combat 1, Combat 2, you'll be playing this game for years. Really? I mean, I am not kidding. There is so much stuff because they have, you have randomized patrols, ambushes, being ambushed, different types of engagements. You have campaign. You have so many things. You have like 100 different options per chapter in the campaign. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of stuff that you can do. Like I said, you could play that for years, and I am not kidding.
And is that solitaire only?
Solitaire only, man-to-man combat, tactical.
So skirmish.
It's like skirmish. You have 3 squads, and then the Germans are in there.
When you say 3 squads, is it 3 squads of individual men, or is it
3 squads of individual men?
Why did I not hear about this? I thought it was like a solo ASL clone. Squad level.
Well, people are saying like ASL, and then they're also comparing it to like ambush, and it has an ambush vibe, but it's not paragraph, and it's not you're limited to a script.
It sounds like sniper
it's kind of more like sniper
patrol type of thing.
Oh, Captain Nolan left to eat dinner. Okay, well, you can watch it in the replay. Anybody else here interested in this, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody else in here that wants to chime in with their 2 cents, you can as well.
Is the Combat 2 still, is that a pre-order price or is that retail?
No, this is the retail price right now. This is available. This is the expansion. This is only the expansion. And you get a ridiculous amount of stuff. And the maps, let me tell you something. These maps are really good looking.
It kind of got an ASL vibe though, right?
Kinda, but they have you're not going to be able to appreciate it here on this image. They almost have kind of like a photorealistic look to it.
Huh.
They kind of remind me a little bit of the Conflict of Heroes maps. You know how Conflict of Heroes has that kind of photorealistic look?
Yeah.
And this is the town, and you can see at the top here it says the town. This is going to be pretty neat because you have different types of terrain in here that you're going to be fighting through. There's craters, there's some buildings that are rubbled. You got your roads, you got your buildings. It's pretty cool. You know, it's definitely going to be pretty awesome to play through.
I might have to try and get this on sale or something. Have a look, because that's pretty cool. Oh, so it really is individual dudes. How about that?
These are your guys. And then now you have crews. You got your driver, loader, gunner, and your commander for your tanks. Because now they've got tanks with this new one. You got tanks, trucks, AFVs. So you got all that stuff, which is pretty neat. It adds to it. Then you have your Charlie guys here. Yeah. Baker and Charlie, Abel, Baker and Charlie, extra guys so you can fill out your units. There's your Panzer IVs at the bottom, Opel Blitz, M4A3s, GMCs.
Interesting.
So
yeah. And so, have you read the rules? Do you know? Have you played it?
I have read the rules. I have not sat down to play it fully yet, but it is, from what I've seen, I'm really excited. I know Brian, if Brian is still here, he's been playing it. Combat Volume 1 is easy to get when it's back in stock, because that is actually that's actually going to be reprinted.
All right, so I'm going to pre-order Combat 1. Then I'll get that, and I'll wait for the sale for 2.
Yeah.
So just as a comment here, Nathan is asking about Third World War versus Doomsday, and having not played Doomsday, but having feedback from friends, I would say they are two very different experiences, and they're both equally valuable. But I think value for money, I think you're probably better off with Third World War than you are with Doomsday. Just my 2 cents.
You're getting 4 games. You're getting
you're getting 4 games for $150, and Doomsday is a little bit of a fantasy exercise because it's got that extreme hypothetical where Russia didn't go broke, reinvested and put T-90s out 10 years early or 5 years early or whatever, and had an Uber army. So that's my.
Well, see, that's the benefit too of having all these World War III games. In my opinion, I think you will agree, and everyone else who plays World War III or is a fan of World War III, because it is a great time to be a World War III gamer. It's the best time ever.
Yeah.
And you got Thin Red Line, you got Compass. That's just, I mean, both of those 2 companies right there are just killing it with World War III stuff. You have a little bit of everything. Yeah, okay. So maybe one game uses a little bit more hypothetical than another game. You know, you get to experiment. Having T-90s out. Well, that's great. This other game doesn't have that. Yep. So that's one of the advantages of having those games.
You've got the multi-man publishing Iron Curtain, which has
Iron Curtain,
uber exact
Order of Battle
for 4 different periods. 73 or 76, and then 80 and 85 and 89. I mean, that's just World War II, post World War II, 70 something, 85 and 89, I think. Yeah. So that's awesome.
That's fantastic right there, because it's a fairly simple system, to get into, and it has its own rules per each one. So it has its own feel. And it's
battles in one, right?
Yeah, and one map, the same map, the whole thing, which is awesome.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
But the other thing that's great about Third World War is, going back to that for a moment, is you have not only the 4 fronts, so you can play individually, each game individually, or you can play the whole smash and do that.
Yep.
But they're also already prepped for the expansions that are coming.
Yeah,
so that's just awesome sauce. And I saw some of those at Expo, and they look pretty awesome.
Oh, so what other expansions that you've seen?
Can't say. It's like I'm tight-lipped.
Ooh, it was at Expo. It means it's public.
No, I know. Well, there's a bunch. I'm not sure the order they're going to come in.
Different years, right?
Yeah, there's going to be different areas, different eras. I mean, different areas that are going to be covered.
Oh,
So
areas, so extra maps and counters.
extra stuff is going to be in this. So it's going to. I think I don't want to go. Well, yeah, I guess we could say it would be kind of along. It's going to be kind of along the lines of World War 85. Maybe not as expansive overall. It probably will be, but the plan is kind of to hit a lot of different areas. So I'm not sure exactly all of them, but like World War 85 wants to encompass the entire world for the most part.
Got it. Okay, so they're going to look at some of the probably the fan-made expansions and then tune them up and make them more legit, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's a great quote. Tell you what, that gets me excited, right?
Yes. This is Brian. I was wanting him to comment too, and I said this in my video just for Combat 2. I said just from everything I've seen in this game and the stuff I've seen other people playing, and from what I've read of the rules, I'm like, wow, this is really solid. And there's so much stuff in this game that, yeah, the layout is like $140, but if you're getting a system that you're going to be playing for years, it's totally worth it. Just like when people have said Third World War is $150. You're getting 4 games for $150.
Four games.
You're getting 4 games less than $40 a pop. You're just buying them all at once.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and so I can see. So maybe I knew that and just filtered that out. But I think I was turned off by the ASL commentary that came out about combat, and so I kind of discounted it. And so I'm a little disappointed that because I'm very, very interested in the whole skirmish level.
Yes.
Level of activity. Yeah.
I was surprised that you didn't say, because when I was at Expo, Brian's like, could you get me a copy of Combat? So I did. And you didn't. You wanted what did you get? Was it Folder?
I forget now.
I forget what it was.
Yeah, I got Folder because I got talked into it by a buddy. So
I think it was Folder. But the thing is, I think that game alone. Now, of course, everyone's going to compare it to ASL because ASL is the most widely known, squad level game there is. Sure. This is infantry man to man. So, yeah, like you said before, it's more like
that's not a fair compare. So
no.
That's what that makes me kind of pissed off that I missed that. So stupid me. Whatever.
And then Brian says this is coming from Mr. DVG fanboy here, but I will tell you that Combat's better than Warfighter.
Oh my God.
And Warfighter is a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing it. I'm just
good beer and pretzels.
All right. Yes.
So, well, let's just roll past St. Lo.
And here's another thing too. We'll go back to this real quick. This is the video links page, right? You can go in here, and if you want to check out Combat, here's all the videos for Combat 2 that are already out there. A lot of unboxings here. You got your dad versus son playthrough. You got your Dave's Gaming King playthrough and War and Peace's review, as well as Gimpy. Nate has a playthrough. Dan Uzo has a Scenario 1 playthrough.
You guys.
Tony Holt has a playthrough. And Dave's Gaming Cave has a playthrough of Combat 2 already.
Wow.
So
who's this Moe's game table guy?
Some ass hat. I don't know.
Some ass hat.
Some ass in a hat.
Yeah, that's fun.
That would be me. So, okay. So historical games available. We'll go back to the catalog here. Let's see.
If you're a World War I guy, Attrition of Souls
is actually a very fun game. Yep. It surprised the living hell out of me because I played it and I was thinking, okay, this is going to be. It's like a bag. I don't want to say it's a bag builder. You're drawing out of a bag, Crown Royal bag. If you're me, you pull your guys out and that's what you get. So you're randomizing what your units are on the map, and I was incredibly shocked at how much fun I had with that game. It is a light game. It's not hard at all to play, but it's very, it's kind of chess-like. Like even when you're playing solitaire, you're figuring out, okay, should I do this? Should I do that? You try your Schieffelin plan, right? And that, of course, that doesn't work exactly the way you want it to. But then after that, you're like, should I pay attention to the Russians? Should I crush them? What? And then it's really fun. Yeah, and like I said, solitaire, it's interesting. And the best part about it is you have optional rules that you can add in, onesie, twosies, or all of them, to kind of make the game a little bit more difficult, a little more involved.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
There's a question down here from Michael Coughlin. And so the short answer there is that Silver Bayonet is a fantastic game opposed.
Yes.
Fantastic game opposed. And I've not played it, but I've seen it played, and I have friends who played it, and they love it. It is not solo friendly. So you need to know that going in. And it's absolutely not solo friendly because it's hidden movement and all that sort of stuff for the VC. So just FYI.
And the other thing too is if you get the chance, which Kevin and I did,
yes,
and unfortunately we did not get to finish or get to revisit it, but if you ever get the chance to have somebody referee a game and play it blind, it is fantastic.
Yeah,
it is awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
The best part was me running down the road. Oh, okay, I'll just run down the road, and then I get the report back. You guys are dead. And I was like, the fuck? And then you're messaging me, hey, you might not want to use that road. I was like, you son of a bitch. You killed my guys. That was greatness. I ran my friggin' army guys down the road thinking, oh, okay, I got to get them down south to this other,
right to that base, right?
And then I'm like, oh, there's nobody in the area. So I go down there to get hosed. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how we're going to do this. But then we had that other thing where you were attacking my other base on the west side, which you started like trying these little harassment attacks.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, okay, fine. I'm just going to friggin' line the entire friggin' mountainside with artillery, and I'm going to run my guys out there.
That was a beat out for me. That was awesome. Yeah.
And then you're like, holy shit, dude, what the hell did you do? I'm like, hey man, I'm bringing the pain. And then you're like, hey, what are all those helos that just came into your base? Because I brought more reinforcements in another artillery battalion or so, or artillery thing. And then I'm like, oh, you saw that? And you're like, yeah, I'm running the hell away from that.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
I was like, oh, that's bullshit. I don't have anything to do with that.
And then down south, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to find you. I'm like running in circles. Where is he?
And I just bugged out. I bugged moved everybody north. I was ready to take out that other.
I'm chasing my tail, and you're already gone. But that's the beauty of it, because
that was very cool.
Really does give you a feel of what it's like. I mean, you got to go out there and you got to patrol and try to find something, and you may run around for weeks and not see anything, and then all of a sudden you get hammered. So, yes, that is true. Brian, is that the Moe guy that won't talks with his hands in the videos? Somebody made a comment about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had
like,
that.
Should I have my hands like this the whole time?
Right. I had that comment like a few years ago. I finally started doing face-to-face things, and this guy goes, "Oh, so that's what the dude with the skinny forearms and the big hands looks like." I was like, "Well, thank you," or whatever.
I think.
Yeah. Scroll down, dude. Let's go. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah. That's the other thing that reminds me. We have to get that game Battle of Armageddon set up. We have not done that. That's my fault. I have not.
Stop talking about it. Just make it happen.
Yeah.
I'll play it. You organize the night. I'll do it.
All right. So we got Dawn's Early Light, Napoleon's Imperium, done by your homie Andrew Rowland from Australia. Which is ridiculous. There's like 1 million pieces in that. America Bomber, Coalition, Devil Boats, Imperial Tide, Jacobite Rising, Napoleon's Eagles. That's a card game.
Coalition, that's a card game, right?
Which one? Coalition? No, though. That's kind of like Napoleon's Imperium. I mean, it's not the same, but you have your map here.
Oh, that area. That's the area of one. Okay. Yep.
Yes. So that's the map.
I know what it is.
Yep. And what the hell? Oh, I got to look around my camera because I have my camera set up on a stand. So we have Dawn of Empire, Brief Border Wars, fantastic little game.
Yeah.
Cradle of Civilization, that's another one with 2 games inside of it. Battle for Germany, that's the one you were talking about.
Kind of a reprint thing too, isn't it? Kind of like
which one?
Is that Cradle, or is that what's the one with Alexander the Great and some other thing? Is that it?
Yeah, this is Samaria to Persia, Alexander versus Darius.
Yeah, that's 2 games. That's 2 reprints.
Yeah, you get 2 games in that box, which is pretty fantastic when you think about it. You get a lot of good stuff. Oh, hold on, I gotta look at something. Oh, team lost tonight. I just got my alert on my app for the team, for my hockey team. So then we get down to, like I said, Brief Border Wars. That's a fantastic one. Pretty light, pretty straightforward.
Good module.
4 games, 1 box, $69. Outstanding. Solitaire playable too. I mean, it's solitaire friendly.
Yep.
And then we have the War Europe, the War of the Pacific.
Yep.
That's just big old gigundo monster games. These are pretty big games. Let's see here. This one, okay, this is not going to look sexy because it's the Pacific. That's just the way it is. But we have, I'll go back to Europe here so you can see that one. We have Europe, which is going to look sexier because it's Europe.
Yeah.
So that's your map for Europe, and you're going to play the entire European theater.
Core based. Right.
Yep. And you can put them together.
Yep.
Then we have Once We Move Like the Wind, Apache Wars. I've not played that. This one here,
Red Poppies is a good series.
Yes, I've not played the first one. I've played the third one. This one here, this one I've played, La Malmaison. That one I've played, and that's a really good game. And I'm not a World War I gamer, so that is a pretty interesting game. I've got to play more of it to, really.
And you just played Conquistadors, right?
Yes, we did learn to play for Conquistadors, and that is a pretty interesting game. This is area movement, not area movement, point to point, and you have your point to point movements here. You have your sea areas, then you have your land areas.
Yeah.
The numbers are the levels. They're not the elevation; it's the levels. So you have a greater chance. Like this is sea levels 0. Then you have your 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s.
For engagements or something like that? Or?
No, that's more you want to be at level 3 and 4 to be away from mosquitoes and floods and things like that. So that's where you have a better chance of finding cities and things like that. Yes. Like that. Yeah, you have more advanced stuff that you're going to find there.
I'm very curious about that game, but I'm cautious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you want more of a hex encounter.
No, I just love that era. I mean, I love the was it Richard Berg that did the S&T Armada or whatever it was, that old Armada game.
I don't remember.
Where you go and explore South America and stuff like that. Anyway, that was a multiplayer game. That was a great game. Well, nostalgia wise, it was a great game.
So Dan says he does that for a living. Double blind war games for the win. So Dan, thanks for volunteering to run a double blind game of Silver Bayonet for Kev and I.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we have a man.
So then we have Barlev, 73 Arab Israeli War.
Yeah.
That one is ridiculously, like, your breakdown units. It's just huge. Yeah. Then you have Little Land, Fold the Gap, Third World War, Korean War, which you have played and you have done some videos on.
Yep. And I love that game, and I love the reprint. I just, I personally had challenges with the counters, but I know that they fixed it. So
yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's the map there.
Yep.
And some people have made comments about Korea. It's like, oh, it doesn't look sexy. Well, yeah, okay, granted, you could possibly make it look sexier, but look up Korea on a map. That's what Korea looks like. Yeah. Anybody who's been to Korea, that's what Korea looks like.
Yeah, it's I think there's some palette choices with counters or map, one or the other, that could have been poppier, but it's also pushing back a little bit against this sort of watercolor pastel theme that's going on at the moment in a lot of games, where everything is soft blue, soft green, watercolor pink. It's very non-geographic map looking. So I like the starkness of that map, but it doesn't pop. The counters don't pop enough off it. That's the only problem I find.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the artistic style right now that a lot of the artists are using, and it's like anything else. Artists kind of trends. They follow trends.
Yeah, it's a trend. I'm not super excited about it. I don't find it appealing. That's why I think the Third World War is the edge of what I would say is acceptable. Like I think Third World War maps look good without being too soft. It's hard to
Yeah,
see.
no, they look good.
Yeah, they look really, really good, and they've got enough color contrast and enough shading to see the differences
Mhm.
without it. And it's not too pastel, right?
Yes,
There's a
yeah.
lot of pastel going on in there, but
There is.
I don't know if there's is so much. And Compass doesn't seem to do too much of that anyway. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, there's
So,
some like pastelish colors in here.
yeah, but it's not. It's not.
I mean, it fits. It fits for
Right.
the terrain.
Right. If you compare it to say Goss, right,
Oh
or
yeah.
OCS or whatever, they're distinct and stark, and there's no second guessing, generally speaking, on an OCS map what the terrain is.
Yes.
Or on the decision games, Goss stuff, except for some of the constricted terrain markers are a little bit tricky to see. But anyway.
Well, it's also MMP, and MMP style is MMP style.
Yeah.
You put SCS or OCS maps on the board.
No, right.
You're going to know that it's going to be the same. Then you have Decision at Kasserine.
Yeah. Not a bad game. Yeah.
That one, that's the map there.
Much better map. God, the original map is just god.
Oh yeah. And again, it's desert. It's kind of hard to make desert sexy.
Yeah.
Anybody who's been in the desert will know. Fortress Europa.
Yeah, Ostcreek, they're all pretty light. Battle of the Bulge is getting some good reviews.
Let me see here.
Too.
I'm just looking at maps. Whoop.
So it's pretty soft again, right?
So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let's see. This one we can actually zoom in on a little bit. And it's going to be just pretty plain. Open terrain is open terrain, and then when there's terrain in the hex, you're going to see it. Yeah.
Yep.
So Battle of the Bulge. If you guys are looking for a game to play with family members or a non-war gamer, you're trying to introduce somebody, you're trying to suck them in, that's a game to get right there.
Yeah, it's a great game. I'm talking only about the digital version, but
yes,
I've played that probably 30 times on my kid's iPod or iPad because I don't have one. Good game, really good game, and this plays true to that as well.
So Dan says GMT Next War Korea is decent.
Yeah,
I would say the Next War series I think is fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the Next War series,
and in fact, it's been used by the military.
Yes,
in a dumbed down version for the Marines to for wargaming.
For the Marines, it's dumbed down in the fact that they just make it very linear.
Yeah.
Attack.
Yeah. Okay. I want you guys to go from here to here if you can, okay?
And then we have this game. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, Indian Ocean region.
It's a great game.
Brotherhood and Unity. Fantastic 3-player game.
Yeah, he's coming out with a computer game.
Yes. He's working on the the Africa Desert War, yeah. This is a really good 3-player game. A really good 3-player game. And it's also good, especially if you're not familiar with the conflict. It is just the Bosnia-Herzegovina 92, 95, as it says here, Bosnian War. If you're not familiar with that conflict or know enough of it other than the title, that will draw you into it. France 1944 I've not played. Hearts and Minds, that is another great Vietnam game.
Yeah, I really have not played it or heard much about it.
That's a short map.
I have friends who are Vietnam, goobers. They love the era and they enjoy that game. It's a playable version of the VG Vietnam. It's kind of the impression I got versus No Trumpets, No Drums, which is a freaking train wreck, right?
Yeah.
Well, did I say that out loud? Sorry.
And Brian Patterson says Victory Games Vietnam is being reprinted by GMT.
Sure.
I didn't know that. I'm waiting for it to come in. That Army Group Center.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I've got 5 games from GMT coming in.
I only got 2. I only got the
Barbarossa. Pacific War. It weighs like 12 pounds. So this huge
Pacific,
turn up.
I mean, I may still get a couple, but the first one I wanted to get obviously was Vietnam.
Right.
Well,
I've got Vietnam.
it was tied for first, Barbarossa
Yeah.
and Vietnam.
Barbarossa, Pacific War. Another one just hit the show. Oh, Salerno 43.
Salerno 43. Yeah, I was kind of
got
tempted on
one.
that, but I was like, I might wait on that a little while because it'll be around. It's not going to go away.
No,
AGC is going to go, and then when it goes, it's gone. I don't think we'll ever see that reprinted.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
Yes, that same. I'm hoping that the whole thing, north and south, gets done too.
Look at the secondary market for AGC. It's gone from $300 a unit down to like $100. Right?
Kind of like Vietnam.
Yeah. Everyone's, I need to sell my Vietnam. A little late, buddy. You should have done that a year and a half ago.
Everyone's like dumping a Vietnam. Here, take it for $25.
Well, and why wouldn't you? I mean, well, it depends on how much space you have, I think. But
Dan says, hey, now Marines can be complex and think nonlinear. We just don't do it very often. This is true. Nonlinear comes to nonlinear. Our nonlinear thinking comes into play when we have to determine how to get from where we are in our tent in the rear when we're in training to the beer garden and also to the E-Club. Those are that's where we start thinking nonlinear. But seriously, though, I mean, I always joke about that. What's that?
And avoiding work on the way, right?
There's no avoiding work. There's a reason why they call them working parties. Everyone gets to party. And he's the top. He'll know. It's like anybody that's in, any asshats or troubled children, they're going to be on the working party.
On the work party. So you don't have an opportunity for improvement.
Exactly.
You have a working party.
And then you have Commands and Colors Tricorn. If you are a fan of another game that is pretty straightforward, very straightforward, actually.
Great game.
Yes. You can get the Command and Color series is fantastic. And I think, honestly, Compass does a better job on the Command and Colors than GMT does.
Yeah.
Just presentation on them is better. And the component quality.
I would agree. I really would agree with that. And I also like how Borg handled the American Revolution there. It had a great theme, and the units were differentiated enough that it didn't just feel like the Napoleonic system. So really well done. And this, I'm not going to say anything.
I have got it. I have not played it yet. I do like this map. I think for what it is, I think the map's pretty cool. How it plays, I'm not sure yet because I can't comment on it without playing. But now there is a comment in here. Let's see. What was this?
John Longshore.
Nope. Where the hell was it? I just saw it. It was about Schutz Games. Oh, there it is right there. Victory in Vietnam by Schutz Games is supposed to be good, but long out of print. Victory in Vietnam, I do not have, but I had to look over here. I do have Nam 6575 by Schutz Games. Is that the game you're talking about?
Schutz.
Yeah, it's a Blue Panther prints. So it's that's the quality you get. The problem with that game, because I bought it secondhand, because like you said, it was out of print.
Yeah.
The counters, the color choices were unfortunate. There was I think it was Army and Marines, if I remember correctly. They're both green. And what the person who got it did was, because the shades of green were supposed to be different, and they're really not that different. It's very difficult to see them. What they did was they circled the unit designations with a marker. So that way if it's circled, it's Marine, versus Army.
Well,
if I remember correctly, I think that's how they did it. So I was like, man, that really does suck. They really need to fix that color palette. But that was something I did notice with Schutz Games. And I talked to Steven from Blue Panther, and that was an unfortunate thing that he has to print what he gets. And if a publisher is going to give you almost exact colors, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get.
Look, if you print the first one and send him a proof, maybe they don't send him a proof. But I mean, surely he would send him a proof and go, hey, by the way, just notice the difference between these two units, these two factions is really different.
Yes.
Just heads up. What does the designer go? It's okay.
Well, there was.
What the F? Seriously.
Well, the Lost Valley was another one I got, and that was. Hold I think that was White Dog Games, and that's the Bien Phu solitaire game.
Yep.
When I got that, and this is again, I could probably say when I see Steven in May, I can even talk to him about it. But when I got the game, I got it. I ordered it right away, and I got it. The cards were, and you see it in my video because I show it in the video I do of the game. The cards were literally like thick cardstock, not cards like regular cards, card material. And the rule book was unreadable to me. Maybe when I was 19, I could have read it, but I would still be annoyed because it was like 6-point font.
Number of pages, right?
It was like 6-point font. And then, but if you go to their website, you can download the one with the regular size font, which I did, and I printed it. But it was like, that's not the way the game should have been done.
Right? And how much you pay for that game? 50?
Like $50, $60.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Look, if you want to cut corners, that's okay. Cut corners, make everything available online, and say no rule book, no charts, no nothing. Here's the map and the counters, and it's everything else, and just download it and print it. And I'm cool with that. I'm not paying $50 for it, but I'm cool with that. But don't give me a crappy rule book with 14 font. Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, that's just not.
That's my wifey.
He's gonna be having a minute.
Perfect.
He's pretty upset that they lost, so don't make fun of them for losing. You know we're happy.
I won't make fun of him for losing, honey. Thanks.
He said, "I'm really sad. We're all."
Well,
yeah,
because it's the end of the season.
I know.
It's all good. It's going on vacation tomorrow. I'm online with like about 4 million people.
Hi, boss.
Yeah.
See, notice I didn't say anything. I know.
That was the feelings warning. That was the, hey, your son's coming home from state finals with basketball and they lost, and your son has had a really shitty season. So don't make fun of him when he lost. And I'm not that insensitive. I'm fairly insensitive, but not that insensitive.
Not that insensitive, but at the same time, as Dan will agree with me on that, it's like there's two words there: builds character. You can't always win.
Yeah.
And it does suck. And I'm not belittling him. I'm not making fun of him. No. It definitely, and my heart goes out to him. It sucks.
He's been bitching about the season, the whole season, how he's not had a good time, and it's his senior year, and he's pissed off.
That's tough.
To be over it. Just be over it. Just be done. Next.
Yeah, but you know what though? I mean, in perspective and fairness to him, it's his senior year, and mentally, you're thinking, this is my last hurrah.
Of course.
And that makes it, that compounds it. Right. If you're a junior, you're like, well, I got next year. This year, like, this is it, man. I'll never get to do this again. You think the world is over. The world is ending. It's like, no, not at all. But at that time, that's how you feel.
That's the whole problem with America and American sports is you build up all these freaking expectations.
Yes.
And all this other bullshit. And whereas in my school, in my day, you go to school, you play in the tournament. There's no state championships. There's no NCAA. And if you want to be a hooper and play pro, you're in a club and you're playing seriously. And school is just some bullshit that happens instead of this drama and cheerleaders and freaking bullshit.
Don't knock cheerleaders.
I'm saying nothing.
No, that is true. I mean,
great cheerleading team.
But that's the thing, though, is the thing that people don't understand, and not everybody will experience this. And it's a sad fact of life. There are times where you're going to lose. You're going to lose more often than not.
Sure.
But that makes, when you do win and you win your championship, that makes it that much more
all the better,
sweeter. Right? Because now you appreciate it.
Victory is defined by defeat, my friend.
Exactly. And you have to be a good winner and a good loser, and you have to accept both. And when you win, you have to appreciate the fact, enjoy it, bask in the moment, but realize it's fleeting.
Exactly.
And so here's Lost Valley I was talking about. $65 is what the cost is. So
I'm sorry. I get it. Small company, print on demand, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Everyone wants their margin. Not afraid of having people make money. I'm not a big fan of Blue Panther.
Really?
No, I've bought a metric shitload of Hollandspiel games, and I'm with the form factor and the limited map size and the number of counters and thickness. It's become painful to me because you're designing to a strict counter sheet size and a strict map size, and it's limiting the game design opportunity, I think. Now, I don't know if White Dog does large. It looks like they do larger maps than the 11 by 17 or whatever it is that
they do. This is a 22 by 17. Yeah. This one is here, Caribbean Storm. This is actually a pretty cool game.
34 or any of that, right? I mean, they're not getting to that size.
Right? No. Now, this one here, I've got this and I liked it, but I will tell you one thing. I will warn you one thing on this. The stacks get pretty big. And with those Blue Panther counters, that's a little problematic.
Because it's got that satin finish and stuff. Yeah. And look, I think it's so cool that we have print on demand. It's something that is not readily available in the world. So I absolutely respect that niche. But I'm just, I'm being way more selective with Blue Panther printed games because it's got to be something really that I'm very interested in before I'm going to jump in, because just print regular size counter.
Yeah, no, I agree. Great point. Bill's character is an important aspect of growing as an adult. Absolutely.
Exactly. As long as the character building doesn't define who you are as a person, if you know what I mean. Like if your self-view, your self-worth,
if you concentrate only on winning or losing.
Right. So if the coaches and all the rest of it and that whole experience, if that defines your self-worth, then that's bad. Right. You've got to let your self-worth be what you think is important to you, not what someone else has breathed into you because they're a bad coach or a bad person or a bad parent or whatever. Right.
Number one thing that when I was coaching hockey, I always taught the kids, because I taught like 16, 17-year-olds, or coached, I should say. I always try to drill into their heads a couple things. Number one, always play 100%. Always make sure that when you come off the ice, you know that you played your best game.
Yep.
If you cheated or not cheated, if you didn't play your best game, you cheated yourself.
Right.
And the one thing I always said to them, which is so true because perspective is everything. When you're 16, I got my whole life in front of me. I'm going to play this game for 50 years. When you're in your 50s, you're like, no, you're not. And you look back. Right. The one line I always told these kids was, play every shift as if it's your last, because someday it will be, and it will come at you and you won't even realize it.
Right. Well, and life's like that, though. I mean, it just, I have experiences with my kids that was the last experience. And I would give $1 million to have one more of those experiences with my kids, whether it's falling asleep with my son or whatever the case may be, because I chose to get up and go to bed and not let him fall asleep with me. Things like that. You will miss those and or regret those. But it's important what you said there. The other thing that ties into that is knowing that whatever happened in a game or a play, that the most important thing is what happens next.
Yes.
So what happened in the past? What happens next? So what's the, I coached into my kids. What's the most important play? The next play. What's the most important game? The next game. Not the next shot, right? Particularly with lacrosse and basketball, right? It's if you get tight in the shoulders and the head and in tennis and all that, you lose perspective and you FUBA yourself by you beat yourself mentally. So it's a mental toughness that we've got to build up, not just character building, but a mental toughness. Pain and adversity help us grow.
And that's something that, I'm going to be a little biased here, but that is something that I really think the military does train into people. I know there's not just Marines out here, but I know we got some Army guys and probably other branches as well in here, but never quitting, never giving up. Right. At the time you're listening to your drill instructor say things like that and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm following him. But it's when you get a little older, or actually even before that, when you get out in the fleet, and you look back and you're like, man, my drill instructor was right. you don't realize it. And then as you get older, here I am in my 50s, I still hear my drill instructors in my head when things happen in life going, damn it, they taught me so many life lessons in that short span of time that stuck with me, and it changes your perspective and you see things a little differently. Whereas a lot of the younger kids today, they don't have that life lesson. And I think it's unfortunate, and they'll learn it the hard way sometimes, and they'll learn it other ways. But it depends on they have good mentoring, and that's why it's important for us to be good mentors for the youth and hopefully they'll listen, which they don't, because I know when I was a kid, I didn't listen to shit because I had all the answers. I think we all go through that.
With today's culture, everyone's pretty soft. My kids are soft, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. They live a privileged life, and the adversity is good. And I'm trying to encourage them to embrace that. Whatever you feel is the adversity, let's embrace that, right?
No, yeah, absolutely. Right. Soft times to create soft people, and that's true. So, but let's see here. There was one comment here that I had to go back to here. John's. Yeah, after high school, life is over. Then you pick up wargaming and quilting. I don't see how those two come together.
Yeah, quilting and wargaming, that is not a thing. But John, we can start a YouTube channel for quilting.
We can quilt Texas. And Dan says, hey, the military is looking for people who can develop and run a good war game. The Marine Corps is opening its wargaming lab in 24-25. We should talk about that. Now, when you say run a good war game, are you talking about facilitating it, or are you talking about developing, designing? Because I know the Krulak Center is really big on that.
I would love to run some Marines through a war game.
I would
seriously. After to be exposed to the culture, you lived it. I have, done it by osmosis.
Oh, you would dig it. You would fit right in. Yeah. You really would, because I think it depends. I don't know exactly how the Corps is doing everything, but there's facilitated war games and they serve a purpose. But Dan is doing it, so he's doing like double blind stuff. He'll know much better. But I think it's really imperative to engage everybody from the private PFC all the way up to the 05, 06, 07. Those guys are going to be at a different level than the privates and PFCs, because you have to engage those younger guys to think tactically and to understand the bigger picture. And the bigger picture for those guys is going to be this big, whereas for the officers is going to be way bigger. It's going to be theater wide. But you still have to engage everybody. You have to get them to engage their brain and think, because then it's steps. You start off the non-rate level, and then you get up to the NCO level, then the staff NCO. And then of course you have your officers, and the staff NCOs have to understand what the officers doing, but at the same time, they have to understand the tactical level. So they have to be that conduit between the two. So exactly. It's exciting. You can get me started. I'll talk about it all night.
That's cool.
So, okay. So let's get rid of this white dog. Let's go back to this one here that we were talking about.
Yes. So look, Vietnam, it's interesting, that system. I had such a bad experience with Fire and Ice that I avoided Vietnam. I'd probably try that, but I think Doomsday is where the juice is, because that's the third evolution of that system. Right?
Yes.
And that's the classic Starkweather, where
third time's a charm.
It takes three modules to work it out, right?
Yeah. But that's the thing too. Like Tinian, there's Tinian, Guam, Saipan, all these ones up here, which are that's CSS, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it took time for him to work it out with those.
Yes.
Right?
And that's something that it's one of those things where I think a lot of times people will bitch, moan, cry, and complain about it. And it's legit to say, why is the system got issues? Well, the designer comes out with an issue and it refines over time, and there's lessons learned each time. And like you said, third time's charm. And by that time you can backdate not backdate, but you can have,
bro. I mean,
update all the rules.
That's a rule. Like I will not touch a game from him until it's in the third module. Mm-hmm. But that makes me ask questions. Is it him? Is it the lack of development? Is it the lack of coordination between the two, the developer and the designer? Or is it something else. Why is that always the case with his systems? It's just disappointing because people and they're always the most expensive game on any publisher's site. So
Well, Tinian's not too bad, $64.
it's Tinian. It's fucking half a map.
Small. Yeah. Hey, it's Marines.
Easy. It's half a map of really important shit. Right?
Well, it's cheap because you get a box of crayons and they're generic, they're not Crayola.
Oh, well, that's the whole thing. As long as there's purple crayons, we're good to go.
So we got Vietnam, and that, like I said, I've got that. I bought that secondhand from somebody, and that I will explore. The one thing I will say about Adam is I had actually mentioned to him, hey, I picked up a copy of Vietnam. His first response was, thank you. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he's
awesome.
very engaging.
Yes.
Well, he won't answer my questions, but
everybody because you're a jerk.
Well, sorry. I got the game early.
I still love you, man.
I got Fire and Ice early, right? Not many
yeah.
people had put it out on the table.
Yeah.
And it was freaking broken. And so, but it was not his fault. There were rules publishing issues. Whole nother story. Now,
the School of Infantry now plays Memoir 44.
Oh, well, that's going to help.
Really? We got to fix that.
It's
good that they're playing something, but
they need combat.
There you go. Forgotten Legions. I think I heard you in the past saying you didn't like this.
Well, I did. So that game is, Race to Damascus or Run to Damascus or whatever it's called.
I have it. I've not played it yet. I haven't even opened it up.
And it's fine for what it is. It tried to fix what the flaws were with the original game.
Mm-hmm.
And the original game's uniqueness was that it didn't have hex outlines around the map, so it looked gorgeous. But the CRT was too deadly, and it would the units the map would evaporate, and the units on the map would evaporate. And so they tried to fix that, but it still doesn't. It didn't work out. Nothing worked even close to history. It's attractive. It plays well. If you just want to get some wargaming experience and goof around with what might have happened, it's perfectly fine. But it's not Reluctant Enemies, which is the similar era, similar theme, similar construct. You get a much more accurate historical representation of what's going on.
And the funny thing is, I don't have a lot of North Africa games. That is the area I think everybody kind of goes through. Well, not everybody. I know you're different. You're like a war game slut. You'll play anything that's war games. Me, I'm very.
Thank you. I think.
No, seriously, you're more diversified than I am. I will admit that I'm more narrow-minded in that regard. Like I won't play. I'm not into ancients. Not that I'm against them. I'll play some ancients, but the era doesn't excite me. American Civil War, zero interest, or very limited interest, I should say. Like a most fearful sacrifice. When I did a preview of that game, and this is complete honest truth.
Yeah,
I was not excited about American Civil War.
Right.
I checked that game out and I was excited. That says a lot about the design.
Yeah, right.
Because I was like, I'll play this. I'll play this game. It's a Gettysburg game, and I know everybody likes Gettysburg, or a lot of people do. It's like Bulge. It's like the Bulge of ACW.
Yep.
But I was excited, and that's because Herm is a great designer anyway. So you got Stalin's World War III, which is Ty Bomba. Then you have Night Fighter Ace. This is Greg Smith. If you are a solitaire gamer, go check out any of Greg's. Just buy everything, because he really is very engaging games, narrative generators. You have decisions to make, and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah. Buy it all. It's all good.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. No, and Greg is a super awesome guy.
Yeah, he is top notch guy.
Yes.
He's almost as cool as Herman Lundman.
Yeah, I would definitely not hesitate to buy anything of his.
Yeah.
Then you have Prelude to Rebellion, which is interesting because that is mobilization unrest in Lower Canada. There is also
1812. Is that the War of 1812?
This is the Patriots in Lower Canada become
1837,
victorious.
so no.
1837-38. Yeah. And this is actually different because this is well, let's see here.
Oh, that's this game. Okay,
Yes,
I got
this
it.
is I call it the spreadsheet game because it looks like a spreadsheet.
Wasn't this designed by a Spanish dude or something like that?
This was designed. Where is it here? Mark Rodriguez. He's French, French Canadian.
Right. Is he really? I thought it was Spanish. Anyway, so that's going to be the Revolution game as well, right?
This is the Rebellion. Prelude to Revolution is one about the Russian Revolution, and it's going to be the same type of system. It's going to the map is going to look very similar.
Yep.
So it is if you like that tug of war, that seesaw tug of war type thing, that's a game you're going to dig.
Yeah, I've heard good things about this system.
Yes,
you've got lots of comments. Montelamar, very interesting.
Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go.
Poor scenario design. I think you skip the first day. If you skip the first day and jump into the actual campaign, it's a pretty interesting battle. Very interesting battle, and a testament to the CSS system. Once again, third or fourth module, fantastic from Starkweather, but kind of soft scenario development from my viewpoint anyway.
War for the Union.
I don't know anything about this.
Either do I. Like I said, ACW.
What is it? Is it point to point? Is it? Oh wow, hex and counter.
Hex and counter.
Look at that. Damn.
Now, just to clarify from my perspective, it's not that I hate ACW games. It's just it's not my first go-to. You know, World War II, my first go-to is going to be East Front and then Pacific. But Pacific, the problem with Pacific is, which we've talked about on multiple occasions, really Pacific suffers unless it's tactical, because you have a little tiny island. It's like you put one counter on there, and that's supposed to be a division of Marines. It's like, it's kind of boring. You want to get down into the island level fighting. This is an impressive map to see on the table. It's pretty busy. I mean, the counters and everything. It's a pretty involved.
Yeah, I have that. Someone said
do you?
Yeah, I have not played it yet. I need to. I kind of want to because I'm not a World War I aficionado. I have that block game from GMT, Fields of Despair. That was really, really good. That's the only good war game for World War I I've played, other than that goofy ass SPW system. I played a Tannenberg battle, whatever that system's called. SPW is World War One.
Yes, I know. I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
It's SPW's gaming system. What is going on here? Wow. Well, good for them.
Got a comment.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then great final season. That is awesome.
Yeah. I had that for my first two boys, but the third one, not so much.
Hot Dry Season by Legion looks like an interesting Vietnam title. I will say that I'm interested in the game, but I will be perfectly honest. The map was a massive turnoff. Yeah,
map and counters work.
That
guy's on his third publisher with this system, so that tells me something's wrong.
The counters, okay. The map, it looks like clip art. I'm sorry to be harsh, but that needs to be fixed.
I'd love that gameplay to be awesome, but I'm suspect that it's got challenges.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that. But when I was 13 with ADD, I was sent back 40 with a shovel.
At least he didn't have to dig his own grave. He wouldn't be able to give you $10 tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now we got Korea, that was the one that I know when it first came out, there was difficulty with the rules. That was the first one in that system. Yep. So Blue Water Navy, that's another one that I want to dig into further. I've kind of poked around at it. I have not dug into it as deeply as I'd like to, but this is Third World War. We actually that was the first learner play that we did. It's area movement, and it is Third World War, just naval. So if you are a fan of naval combat, this is one to check out.
Can you link it to Indian Ocean region?
No. IOR and SCS can be linked.
Yes. Yeah.
Brezhnev's War. I know that there were some comments made about the units, especially the British. I think it was where there was problematic
This is just.
values on the British.
I'm not going to say anything.
I didn't think you would, but
I'm going to get in trouble. So.
You in trouble? Bitter Woods. This is a classic because this is especially great if you like tournament games.
Yep.
Which and I like the map. I love the map.
Yep.
Me personally, I don't like tournament games because my personal opinion on tournament games, and no offense to anyone who likes playing in tournament games, but when you have a game that's a tournament game, it feels like it's scripted.
Yep.
Because people are going to go out with a playbook. I need to do this and this and then this.
Yeah.
To me, but then again, I'm a different type of gamer. I'm an explorer.
Yeah.
What does this do?
It's a min-max.
I'm going to run right in your face and I'm going to shoot missiles at you. What happens?
How'd that work?
I died, but I had fun.
Right. But Bitter Woods is a good system to explore the bulge with, I think. If you let go of the fact that there's tournament stuff and that there's absolutely optimal or best choice opening moves that kind of have to be played. So, if you let that go, it's a great game. And Time for Trumpets is built on the basis of that system. From Gene.
That's true.
It's the same system with a ton more detail at battalion level.
John, the Raccoon Tycoon, you're going to be happy about this. Raccoon Tycoon, it's going to be announced here pretty soon by Bill. There's going to be a designer deluxe edition or designer signature edition of Raccoon Tycoon just for you.
Oh, I thought maybe it was going to go over to GMT so they could expand the Euro version. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry.
You did. And I agree. Let's see. Hot Dry Season was a bright jungle green, which is kind of funny for hot, dry season. D-Day at Tarawa. If so, I'd love to hear your strategy. Playing 10 times, got destroyed by the Japanese. D-Day at games. The point of D-Day at games is to die magnificently.
Yes.
That's just the way it is. Then you have SCS, which is obviously the first game in the Iowa. It's like Iowa, which we played.
Yep.
Here is the map that comes with the game. And Iowa would actually connect over here on the left-hand side.
Yep. You made me buy both those modules. It's your fault. Bought them on sale. Good stuff. All right.
Russia Besieged. Did I get you to get this one too, or no?
Yeah, I bought that. Yeah, I did buy that, but I played it and I was kind of like, well, it's not the Russian campaign.
it's Russian campaign on juice.
Yeah, on juice, and then I saw that there was a Finnish expansion, so I bought the Finnish expansion.
Did you buy the player's guide yet?
Huh?
Did you buy the player's guide?
No, I'm not doing that.
That a player's guide which has even more stuff.
I don't need no thinking player's guide.
Lion of Judah. I have not played this.
Reboot. Yeah, that's a John Hill, isn't it? Maybe not.
Let's see. This is Javier Romero, who is a really good designer.
Lion of Judah. Okay, well, I don't know what that is then, so I need to.
I'm not familiar with this one at all.
Oh, this is
Ethiopia.
This is World War One Ethiopia. So
no,
it's
two. It's pre World War One or early World War One because it's 35 to 41,
right?
Yeah,
from Revolution Games. I think it's the same period.
It's located in Horn of Africa, Italy versus Ethiopia, 35 to 36. British Commonwealth, the Ethiopia versus Italy, 40 to 41.
Yemen, right?
Yeah,
because of these guys.
And then Stellar Horizons, which is, let me tell you something. Yeah. If with everybody being locked in at home, just buy Stellar Horizons and just work out with it.
You're done for the next 2 years. Yeah,
it is so heavy. There's so much stuff. It's a really cool game. I'm trying to see if there's just a lot of component things here, but this one we did learn to play on this, and this is actually pretty cool because it's all within the solar system. If you are a hard sci-fi or a hard science guy, you dig it. It's not going to be like High Frontier. It's a step down from High Frontier, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay. Yeah, because High Frontier is kind of hard science, big time hard science. This is too, but it's not. You're playing the game. You're not having to math a lot of things out. So that is one of the things that's really cool. Then you got Lebensraum. That one I have too. This is got a pretty cool map, pretty simple, kind of that pastel-y thing that you were talking about earlier. And but I do like the map. And this one I think is the one that is, if I remember correctly, this one's pretty cool because you get your production points, and that's what you use to move your units. You don't get, like, the units don't have movement values. You pay for it in production points. Kind of like in cells, when you use your movement points to move and attack, you do the same thing with your production points. So you could literally have a guy in rush over here, run them all the way up here, but you're like, okay, you're completely cut off. So you have to actually think as you're moving your units across, paying with your production points, making sure you keep your production points up so you can get those units across, which I think is actually really, really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Then you got Blood on the Ohio, which I've not played. I do not have this game. It's a point-to-point map. Let's see what the map looks like here. Kind of your standard point-to-point.
Oh, Captain Nolan's back, 1038. He's asking, was there a consensus? And no, there's not. We've gone deep diving one-on-one by title. So
yes. You missed it. We already gave our recommendation. You'll have to watch it on syndication. And then we have No Peace Without Spain, which I have not played, but I've heard a lot of good things.
That's amazing. They have a huge catalog in print out there.
Yes. Yeah. 6 pages of stuff in print. This one I have not played, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. But again, not that I'm against it, but this is an era I don't necessarily go running to. You know, I would check it out though and play it. Let's see. Just cards. Trying to see if we have. Oh, we have counters. Okay, can't zoom in on those, but that's the thing there. Then we have Nations in Arms, Follow Me to Waterloo, and you're into Napoleonics.
Yeah, and I have it, and there was a rule book rewrite. We could probably talk about that some other time, but it needed some work. I'm curious about it. I've set it up once or twice and have not got very far.
It's got a nice map.
Yeah,
I actually like the color palette.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like what would that be? A chartreuse? I don't know what the color would be.
You're lame, dude.
But whatever. It's red. Yeah. It's like maroon, but no, it's actually a pleasant color palette because let's be honest, color palettes do matter.
Yeah.
If a game is unappealing, you're not going to want to play it. So,
where is that? Well, man, I'm probably going to have to.
Are you going to bail?
Things up here. Yeah, I've got to go pack.
Let's see if we. No.
Is there anything super exciting? What do we got here?
Let's see. Get to the last page. End of Empire, and then we have Operation Scorpion, and then of course Enemy Action Ardennes,
which is 3 games in one.
3 games in one. This is another thing. A lot of people say, "Why is it $145?" You're getting 3 separate maps, 3 separate rule books. You're getting German Solitaire, American Solitaire, and then 2-player. So it is totally worth it.
And 3 rule books for it as well.
Yeah, 3 rule books, 3 maps. I mean, it's 3 separate games in one, like you were saying.
It's an amazing value. Yeah.
Yep. So, okay, I just got your message.
I know you're good. No, you're good. I'm like
talking and
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. B, I have got to go back.
We're for America in 2040 have similar names, John. Oh, that's true. And then so let's see. Fango, I have Raccoon Tycoon.
Is that an actual game?
I have no idea. But it's like a joke thing now with John. He's always talking about Raccoon Tycoon. So Dan says, I will be linking IOR and SCS to develop an Indo-PACOM scenario. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out because
post notes, share.
Yeah, no, definitely share that because I'm curious to see how that will all work. And, shoot me an email and maybe we'll dig into this IOR a little bit more, which is SCS. And it might be something we can one night kind of dig into a little bit more. And if he wants to, what would be really cool is if Dan comes up with a way, or he does this anyway, to do a double blind. I think that would be freaking awesome.
Ooh.
If there's a way to do double blind naval where you have to actually search, that would be killer.
Yeah, I'm not sure that. I bet you that the European company that's doing Red
Strike,
Red Strike.
VUCA.
Yeah, I bet you that could be double blind.
Yes.
This system doesn't lend itself to that because of the Illume radius and stuff like that. I don't know how that.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. I know what he's trying to do with the Illume radius and all, but it's still okay. I know where you are. We're illuminated. I can still shoot you. There's no hunting.
Yeah, you want in the Gulf, I can get it, but and it's cool,
Mhm.
but it's very abstract, right? So it's kind of the World at War naval thing.
Yeah, but even that's the thing that. But that's the thing that people need to remember. These are games, but the thing is, even 45 nautical miles, that's a lot of ocean to cover.
Huge.
Even though we have, systems that'll pick things up, subs and things like that, that'll pick up, acoustic signatures and stuff like that. It's still a lot of area to cover. And there's a lot of finding. It's a needle in a haystack.
Right.
So if there's a way to do that, I think that would be really cool. Cause that's one of the things that I really, obviously, aside from my bias being a Marine, of the naval stuff, it really is just it is a predator prey situation, continually, which I think is pretty cool.
And as far as historian said, he would love to help out, so that'd be interesting.
Yes, actually, yeah, definitely. Shoot me an email, and we'll talk about that further. You, me, and Kev will talk about that further because Kev's got a bail, and really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight and joining us on our little Friday night fights and having some fun with IOR and watching Mo get his ass kicked, which was a lot of fun. I have a good time, man.
Do it next week if you want.
Yeah. No, I don't think we have a game Friday night. So if we don't have a game, we'll do it again.
All right.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.